Well, guys, we're about as devoid as Hollywood on ideas, so let's talk shit about some movies that everyone else loves but we hate. Welcome to World Class Bullshitters, where we discuss pop culture on 6th grade reading level. Welcome to World Class Bullshitters, where the testosterone's so high our dicks are the size of forearms. I'm your host, Jeff Hicks, and with me are the expendables of the digital world, Dion Green.
What's up, my brothers from other petri dishes and really nasty mothers? Hoo-ha!
Dan Kane! Dr. Phil Seitz!
What are you gonna do when the bullshitters run wild on you?
Brian Callahan!
Oh.
And Joel Hastings!
Why am I even here?
Tonight's show is about action, explosion, gunfires, and big tits! Let's talk about action movies! But first, let's get into world pop culture. Guys, what's going on?
Well, this one is particularly for you there, Mr. Hicks. Now, according to the esteemed company known as IGN, DeLoreans going back into production, baby.
I saw that, and the price is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's really weird. But
And they still can't do over 88 miles an hour. No.
That's true. Okay, for the listener out there that doesn't know that, in Back to the Future, the speedometer says 95. Real DeLoreans can only go 85, so they had to scrape off the paint and paint on 95 so they could go 88 miles per hour. But that's because it's my favorite movie, and I'm a nerd for that shit. So, Dion, did you see that they're almost 100 G's?
yeah, man, I was just like, really, guys, this is what we're gonna go with. Okay, cool.
I mean, I can go right now, and I can go to Google, eBay Motors, and I can go buy a DeLorean for a lot cheaper. I'm looking it up right now.
Well, that's because, people are dumb. And as we know, dumb people will spend an exorbitant amount of money on anything they are told is cool.
Well, wow, DeLoreans have gone up in price, dude. I used to know how you could get one for $12,000. Now the cheapest I see is $25,000.
Damn, man.
So
Thank
I missed
you,
the
Back
boat
to the
on DeLorean.
Future birthday.
Yeah, they're not going to be cool anymore when everyone fucking drives one.
Exactly.
They were never cool when anyone was driving them.
Yeah, if it wasn't for that movie, I think that's a shit car.
Point Joel.
Okay, guys, what other news is there out there in the world? Dion, you said you had two pieces.
Oh, no, that was Dan.
Oh,
Dan's
man,
got
I didn't say anything.
Dan said something?
Yeah, it wasn't me. You know
not
better.
relevant.
Well, did you hear about Mattel?
What about it?
Mattel's announcing that they're going to have different body shapes and colors and nationalities of Barbie as Barbie. So you're going to have the fat, curvy Barbie. You're going to have the anorexic Barbie. You're going to have paraplegic Barbie, dyslexic Barbie, and diabetes Barbie.
Well,
Does she come with 1 foot or 2?
oh,
I think 1 foot, because you have to have a diversity amongst your Barbies now, or somebody gets upset.
They're,
Hey, I'm
They're
just putting,
diabetes
they're
Barbie?
detachable.
I'm putting it out there for the fans. If you buy a diabetic Barbie and both of her feet are attached, send her to me and I will cut her foot off and send it back to you.
so I do have to bring this up.
Or just her foot.
Anything. I'll burn it for you if you want. I don't give a shit.
Oh!
So Joel, is
I'll burn
there
it for you.
something?
Burn victim Barbie.
Freddy Krueger!
What is it? What is it, Brian?
Is there something you want to tell us, Joel? I mean, you're coming up here with Barbie news. I mean, anything you want to put out on air for
You
the
got a
fans?
point, dude.
No, it's just because I read it not like an hour ago. I was like just smashing it.
It's a light week for news, really. I mean, there was a little more Batman vs. Superman released, which, who gives a fuck at this point? It's like, if I mash all those trailers together, I got the whole movie.
Pretty much.
And I don't think we had any major celebrities die this week.
No major celebrity deaths.
Donald Trump is still alive.
Is he really a celebrity, or is he a... Never mind.
Trump 2016.
Oh, Phil.
That's for
Phil,
you,
go eat a
Dustin.
donut.
That's for you, Dustin.
Well, is that it for news? Are we
Yeah.
calling it a day?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's
I say
what
so.
it is.
Butthurt about Oscars.
Yeah, I don't even give a shit about the Oscars anymore. I was at least excited to see Mad Max possibly win an award, but now it's like, nope, creativity doesn't matter. Everyone
Ultimately,
has to
it
feel
comes down...
included.
What? Well, no. Ultimately, it comes down to this in the Oscars. Fuck the Oscars. Having them be able to vote on what's best in to them in their field is like, having Congress vote on their paychecks.
They do that.
Right. It's stupid. It's asinine. No one cares. If you really gonna like anything, maybe the People's Choice Awards, where the actual fans have a voice.
Well, there's also the the Indie Guild Awards or whatever, where they actually.
Are they hosted by Anna Kendrick and Michael Cera?
Yeah.
Okay. Just
Probably.
tight pants are a prerequisite to get in the front door.
Nobody gives a fuck about Michael Cera.
And nobody gives a fuck about the Independent Spirit Award. I'm just joking, Dion. I care what you have to say.
Or Independence Day 2. This year planning to see that, Independence Day 2.
I will skip that one.
Huh?
I can't want to see that.
What's the point of the fucking movie without Will Smith?
They killed off. Will Smith didn't want to do it. They killed it off, and then he bitches about his character being killed off. Really?
I'm gonna put $1 out there that he'll be in the movie as a surprise.
Maybe a skeleton.
He's gonna make a cameo.
You know what? If I find out there's a cameo of Will Smith, I'll go see the movie.
I'm sure the production company didn't. They're gonna throw fucking money at him just to get him to show up in the movie.
Well, it is 20th Century Fox.
Well, they put it on their official website that he's dead, so I highly doubt that. Plus, Will Smith, just stay away from things that we enjoy right now, because man,
you're not gonna get an Oscar from it.
Oh, bird!
Oh, I don't think Will Smith has been in anything of substance in quite a while.
The
No, he
Confession
hasn't.
is what he feels that he should be nominated for.
Well, I mean, it looks like a good movie.
It looks good, but I haven't seen it, so I can't say. But you're not gonna really win this year, Will
Right.
Smith.
Or any. You should be in the same category as Leo.
I don't know. He might actually be able to win Crybaby of the Year award.
Just
If
give him
it
a
can-
BAFTA and tell him to shut the fuck up.
Your wife is ugly and your
The
child.
dude got killed or fought a freaking bear for 2 hours in a movie. The bear deserves the freaking Oscar.
Well, the
Your
bear
wife is ugly
was
and
at the Golden Globes, and it was revealed that Seth, what's his name? Jonah Hill.
Green.
Jonah Hill is
Jonah
the bear.
Hill.
Got Seth from Jonah Hill.
Yeah, Seth.
I don't know how he got that.
His name was Seth in Superbad. That's why character's name.
He's so much more famous at this point. Than
Have
his
you
Superman
seen my
role.
wiener?
Yeah, see, he was even in that movie. The other college movie. Accepted. I almost called
Ask
it
me
Unfriended.
about my wiener.
That was a movie.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good movie.
I have seen it, a decade ago? Holy shit, I feel old.
The worst movie I've seen with him in it was Babysitter.
That was pretty bad.
I've seen worse. I've seen worse with him in it.
It wasn't very funny.
I watched it on YouTube for free, so all I did is waste hours of my life, not money.
Best way to do it.
That's always best way to go.
Oh, Brian, you were talking about Clerks on Blu-ray the other week on the show. I picked it up for $2 whole.
Sweet, you beat me out because I got it for $5.
Yeah, but my copy has a bunch of shit on the cover, so I gotta put it in a new case and it'll be good as new.
I got
Alright.
Superbad for $1.50 at Walmart on Blu-ray.
On
I saved
Superbad?
$5 on my
Or
car
not
insurance from the Geico.
Super Troopers, I'm sorry.
That's a
Oh,
good price to pay.
I got Super Troopers for $5 at Best Buy like 2 weeks ago.
Nice. Good movie.
It
Can't wait
is.
for the sequel.
Oh my god, we gotta go see that sequel and do a podcast immediately after it.
I'm up to vote for that one. If at least 3 people want to do it locally, I'll go and we'll
And-
record a Star Wars-esque 50-minute review.
I'm in, and you know Dan's in.
I don't even have to ask Dan at this point. It's like, Dan, are you at work? No, okay, you're
See a
doing this.
movie? Okay, let's go.
Movie? I'll go right now.
Okay, it's not Star Wars, though.
Good. That means I'll enjoy it.
Well, speaking of Star Wars, guys, Star Wars is excluded from this week's pop culture debate.
Just in general, altogether, or just the
In-
lightsaber?
In general. 'Cause,
Damn it.
just take... You can't put the Death Star either.
That's
Damn it.
Just excluded in general.
Yeah, no Star Wars this week, because this week's great pop culture debate is best movie weapon. So, there are thousands of movies with thousands of weapons and thousands of people to use them. So, Dion, you're an expert in the field of action films. What is the best movie weapon?
For me, the big fucking gun from Doom. I love that gun. It's huge. The fucking thing, you shoot it, it melts whatever it hits. It spreads and melts damn near everything in the room. I mean, imagine any situation that you're in, whether you're fighting aliens, you're fighting xenomorphs, you're fighting really hot chicks that are fucking crazy, or if you're just fighting little midgets that want to stab you in your kneecaps, the big fucking gun is the weapon for you.
How often does this kind of stuff happen to you?
About
I
every
forgot
Halloween.
one thing, Dion.
Yes, sir.
It was wielded by The Rock.
What more do you need? What more do you need? The Rock fucking wielded the weapon. If the
A
Rock,
better movie than that?
if the Rock, well, fuck you. If the Rock, if the Rock
Sorry, it was a
is
terrible
willing
movie.
to take a weapon like that, damn it, that means that the thing is worth using.
The Rock.
Well,
was the
Dion,
saving
as of
grace
now,
of the
you are in the lead. So, Dan, why don't you go?
You know I don't got anything.
One of these weeks, you're gonna have to join in.
One of these weeks I will.
He did the first week, I think.
I did the
Okay.
first month.
Brian.
Okay, man. I've been debating this all day and talking it over with people at work.
Wow.
You know,
Your dedication impresses me.
He
there's
makes up
so
the most.
many weapons to choose from, but I'm actually gonna have to pick the Good Samaritan. And for
What's
all
that
of you
from?
that don't know what the Good Samaritan is, that would be Hellboy's handgun.
Yep.
What?
All right, I did not know that was its name, but that is a cool weapon. Why is it better than the BFG?
Dude, you can take a building down with one bullet from that motherfucker.
No, you can't. But whatever.
Look, Hellboy, fuck you, Dion. Hellboy said it best himself. You know, I'm not a good shot, but it doesn't matter because I got a big gun.
But Dion has a big fucking gun.
He does have a big fucking gun.
I mean, even in the
But
name, I've already beat the shit out of you and told you to get the fuck out of my
you
house.
only get to fire one kind of fucking ammunition out of it, where Hellboy's gun fires multiple different kinds of ammunition. Everything from fucking tracking bullets, tranks, and fucking exploding ammo. Fuck
And yet
it.
he
You get
always finds a
fun-
way to get his ass whooped and the gun's taken away, and he ends up. I mean, you would have had a better chance if you used his hand. I mean, the hand at least can open fucking portals. It's essentially unbreakable. It's crushed so many people's skulls, but you choose the weapon that he loses all the fucking time.
Doesn't
I
matter.
like this. This is getting heated. Let's just move to Joel so Joel can get on this.
Yeah, that didn't take long.
That's what she said.
Oh well,
Joel.
okay. Oh man, there's so many out there.
I thought you were going to pick your favorite one.
And what would that be?
The one from Aliens.
No, it's not. I love the pulse rifle from Aliens, but no. I can't remember the name of the gun. It was in Doctor Dread.
Oh,
gun had-
Dread's
Huh?
handgun? Dread's handgun?
Yeah, the one that can do tracer
Yeah.
fire,
What's it called?
incendiary
Peacemaker or
rounds,
something.
homing
Shit.
rounds, explosive. I mean, everything he wants, the gun can pop out. It's a freaking.
So it sounds like you and Brian are on the same level.
Yeah, but
so
see, his gun it can't actually track somebody and kill him. You know, and the bullets don't curve; they're just straight shots. Hellboy's gun's big; it's got some kick, but it's not as versatile as Dread's,
It's standard issue.
and it's standard issue.
Ooh.
So all the good judges have them.
Hey, Phil,
Yes.
what's yours?
I'm going to go with Loki's scepter.
Okay. The first
in the
non-gun.
Avengers.
Okay.
Yes. Because, guns aren't everything. They're a lot, but, they're not everything. My biggest thing with Loki's scepter is he can control minds with it. All he has to do is touch you with it, and he can control your mind. He can make you his puppet. He can, his slave, make you do whatever he wants.
Cheers.
Sounds
And
like
also,
a weapon.
and also, he can blow shit up with it. What's not to like about the scepter?
That's true. And but really, the Mind Stone is what's doing
It's
that.
all the power.
Right.
But it's all in the scepter.
Not once
Right,
it was
but it's-
out
look
the
how-
scepter.
The Vision barely had to break a sweat to remove the Infinity Stone for him. I mean, that's a pretty vulnerable weapon, especially if someone who really wants to beat your ass gets a hold of it.
The Vision did not remove it, did he?
Yeah, he did.
Ultron did.
No, Vision did. That's how that's how they got the put it in his fucking head.
Right, the Vision was not alive yet.
They have two different stones.
Right, but he has the scepter and he takes it.
No, I understand that, but the Vision doesn't have the yellow one, and Loki's
Yeah,
scepter was blue.
Vision
right,
has.
but he breaks it open.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Vision
hey.
has the Mind Stone? No, the Intelligence Stone. Yeah.
I'm
Until
going from based on the movie. They removed the stone from Loki's scepter and placed it into the Vision.
That's what I'm saying.
No, they
No,
don't.
those are two different stones, aren't they?
Yeah, they're
No,
two
it's
different.
the same stone. It's the one
No,
stone.
they're not. Loki's stone is with the collector at that point.
That's the Tesseract.
That's a Tesseract.
No.
Or no, Tesseract goes to Asgard. It's the
Yeah, that's the ether.
the ethers with the collector.
And a purple thing from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Loki's
Right.
stone got its power from the Tesseract.
No, it didn't.
It
In Avengers 2, when the Vision wakes up, he takes the scepter, and he takes they take the stone out of it or whatever, and that's what he puts in his head.
Not in the movie. That's not what happened.
That is what happened.
No, it's not. Go back and watch it. I just watched this movie.
Yellowstone in his head.
The Yellowstone is what's in the scepter.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. The stone that ends up on Vision's head is yellow.
The Mind Stone.
Ultron takes the
Is
scepter.
the Mind Stone, Joel?
Yeah, it's the Mind Stone.
Okay.
Ultron takes the scepter, removes it from the scepter. One of his little lackey bots does it. When they're in the lab with what's-her-face, the Asian girl.
So, Phil, your
They're
weapon
pretty
gets
good.
destroyed.
It does get destroyed, but don't all great weapons get destroyed?
No.
No.
Yes, they do.
That was a quick no, Dion.
Weapons get destroyed. They can
What?
be
Skywalker's lightsaber never got
taken
destroyed.
away.
Well, they had to take Luke's hand to get the lightsaber.
Right. And even so,
That was
apparently he
Anakin's
gets the
lightsaber
motherfucker
anyway.
back.
But still, it caused havoc. While
Right,
it was,
but if I guess the point of the best, if you're talking about the best weapon, as in like one of the weapons that are the best that would be pivotal in a fight, you don't want one that's already destroyed in its second appearance.
I should have just took the holy hand grenade,
but at
damn
one
it.
point,
Just for FYI, the Dread's gun is called the Lawgiver.
Lawgiver. I thought it was the Peacemaker.
Isn't that a movie with George Clooney?
Yeah,
Yes.
unfortunately.
Is it action?
Kind of, I guess.
never seen
Then
it.
it's appropriate for this show.
I think it was him and Nicole Kidman.
Probably. It sucked.
It's like, oh my god, someone's got a nuke. Stop
So,
him.
so Joel and Brian, your weapons are incredibly similar. Knock each other out. Give a reason why the other one's better. Because Dion's is unique and Phil's is unique. But one of you two guys has got to go down to the count. So
Okay,
All right,
fight
look.
amongst yourselves.
Here's what it is.
Duel.
Look, man.
Uh-huh.
My guns can do tracers. In other words, I can aim at somebody and they duck, the bullet chases them. I can melt someone's head off with a one-shot deal. I have multiple different gun types, and I don't have to keep on changing out the ammo. It's gun fires 6 shots. Let me put all 6 rounds. Well, guess what? Fire 6 times, I'm out. My gun's got I'm out of those rounds. I'm going to go to the armor-pierced rounds.
First off, man,
First off.
plain and simple, the Good Samaritan can shoot through anything. Anything. Doesn't matter. And yes, it does have the normal custom-made rounds he uses are explosive, and they also have silver, garlic, and other things for the paranormal shit he hunts. And just like I said, it penetrates anything. It doesn't have to be armor-piercing. He doesn't have to switch rounds. He just does what he does. He shoots shit, kills shit, game over, done.
Now, does Hellboy's gun have an ID pad on it to where if someone tries to shoot it blows their hand off?
No, but Hellboy's gun can only be fired by Hellboy.
How's that?
So that
They never said that.
The way it's made and its size, all of it, it's just it's specifically designed to be fired by Hellboy's left hand, the hand of doom.
The
well,
question is, which gun is more realistic? Because I don't see them inventing a gun that never runs out of ammo anytime soon.
or that shoots
It
garlic.
runs out, but when you run out, you switch to a different ammo type.
Yeah, but it's all stored in the gun, so that basically it has unlimited ammo for a short period of time.
Every gun
That's
has an
kind of the
unlimited amount of
opposite of
ammo
what-
for a short period of time. It's called the length of the clip.
And that unlimited for a short period of time kind of is not unlimited.
I just don't see for his gun. Here's my point. For his gun, I just don't see how you take all those different ammo types, put it into one small gun.
It's not a
all
small
the rounds
gun,
are
Phil.
probably fletching rounds.
And it's
Like,
and it's the future, baby. It's the future, baby.
Ah, fuck. I like Brian's gun better.
See, I'm on Joel's gun. Dion and Dan, what do you guys think? Whose giving a better argument?
Well, I think that for so far Joel is, especially seeing as how it just shoots through anything. He shoots, he kills. I mean, like, that's kind of what guns do. That's not the best argument in terms of which one is better.
I'll give it to you, John.
Huh?
I said I'll give you your point on that one. My argument's weak as hell tonight.
Yeah, Joel. I'm going with Joel.
All right, so Brian, since you just admitted that your argument's weak as hell, we'll say you bowed out gracefully. AKA, you shot yourself in the head with the Peacemaker.
You mean
or whatever.
The Lawgiver.
The Lawgiver. I'm surprised nobody said the ex-wife from Iron Man 2. That's actually a piece of shit. Remember, it didn't work. Justin Hammer shot it.
It's Justin Hammer's gun.
Justin Hammer sucked, dude. He was the Kmart version of Tony
If you wanted,
Stark.
you know what? Honestly, if someone wanted to pop up, they just should have said the Iron Man armor.
That is a weapon.
That's a very
It's a weapon.
Yep.
It's a guy. I don't make weapons anymore, but I'm going to keep upgrading my weapon.
We could have said Thor's hammer
Ooh, yeah.
and talk about being worthy, and that thing's indestructible.
Yep.
Forged in the heart of a dying star.
The only reason I took the lightsaber out of the equation is because it's like, oh, it's a lightsaber. It can cut through anything.
I want to meet the guy that was in that star forging the hammer, just to see what he looks like now, because I'm pretty sure that star's going to fuck him up.
It's the Asgardian dwarves.
Thank you, Joel, for your infinite wisdom on comic book nerdom.
All right, let's just get it over with. Joel wins.
Joel wins out of the two of them, or everybody?
No way the Lawgiver beats the big fucking gun, but I will.
No. You have a gun that just you hit, you melt, you destroy, but you also want something that's versatile because you don't want to kill everything you're firing at.
Yes,
Maybe you're trying to incapacitate and stun them.
You want to kill.
We're talking about the best type of weapon, as in, like, if you're in a fight, okay, either you're getting your ass kicked or you're like, wow. Which happens in a lot of fights. This dude is way bigger than me.
Isn't the BFG a little cumbersome, though? I mean, we're bigger dudes, and we can handle it. But let's say we give this weapon to somebody like Hillary. I think Hillary would do more damage with Dredd's weapon than she... Yeah, Dredd's weapon's the size of Joel's little Nerf gun.
But
the BFG is like the size of my leg.
Well, true. But the other thing is, the BFG is something that everyone can. You don't have to know the type of rounds. You don't have to know shit. All you need to know is I am in a fight. Especially when the Lawgiver or whatever, you have to take time to say what the round is. You have to give it time to ID you. The big fucking all you do is pick that thing up, point it in the general vicinity, and pull the trigger. I mean, whatever. It doesn't even matter if it skims the person that you're aiming at. They're fucking dead. I mean, it's an all-purpose, all chaos-creating weapon. That even if Hillary couldn't lift it, she could fucking prop that son of a bitch up on a stool and just point it in the vicinity of a group of people tearing her fucking shit up, pull the trigger, game over, man. It's game over.
Yeah, but the game's over for her because Hillary's now on the other wall plastered.
Hey, man, it's a weapon.
By the time she pulls the stool over, she's dead.
You're looking to win the fight. You're in a fight. I need to win this fight. I'm fighting an Asgardian guard or Asgardian god. I'm fighting a homicidal maniac robot.
Dude,
I'm fighting the Hulk. You point that fucking gun at them and pull the trigger. They get hit. Man, it's fucking game over.
No,
man. Hulk is gonna smash you.
Hulk is gonna look at the little cinder mark on his chest and just look at you like you're gonna be a smear on the ground in a second because you will be.
He may be alive, but you hit him in the leg. You just hit him in the vicinity. He's incapacitated. You're at least for a time being. I mean, it's all purpose. You can't even Judge Dredd. He couldn't kill the death judges with the Lawgiver. He the fucking it didn't stop him when the Joker came to Mega City. It's not a weapon that fits all situations. It's very.
Was that in a movie? Because I missed the Joker in Dredd.
No, that was in the
Judge Joker.
Was that Rob Schneider?
Yeah.
I just was picking that out of the blue to get this moving. But Dion, I'll tell you this. Had you picked the Annihilator 2000 from Beverly Hills Cop 3, not only would you win this pop culture debate, you would win every pop culture debate for the rest of time.
He's over there.
But then we have to acknowledge Beverly Hills Cop 3.
You know what? We just did.
Wow.
I take the bullet for that one.
You know what? Points for everybody.
No.
Joel's like, oh, my victory, no!
Boom.
Joel, you get two.
I
Joel,
win
you
and
get
I
two.
didn't even have anything.
Joel, you get 2 points. Joel brought it tonight. So, congratulations, Joel. I'm proud of you.
Again, in retrospect, I really should have just went with the holy hand grenade.
What's that
Oh.
from?
Monty Python and Holy Grail.
Yep.
Yes.
Bring
See, I love that.
the
I love
Holy
that
Hand
TV show.
Grenade.
I just am not a fan of that movie. I like The Meaning of Life,
I'm not either.
and I just don't like the Holy Grail. I don't like movies that take place during the Dark Ages. Movies that don't have technology in them. I'm not really a fan.
So
of.
you never saw the end
That's
of the Holy Grail?
weirdest reason ever.
I've seen the movie, Brian. I just don't like it.
But you love
It's
her
mental fucking patients running around England in present day.
Well, I forgot about that part. I saw it in high school because we had to watch it for English class. And yes, Dion, Hercules' Legendary Journey is a special exception because it is near and dear to my heart, and Kevin Sorbo is the man. No one is cooler. Who else can rock leather pants and not be gay?
Look, all I heard
and
is
long, luxurious hair.
Luxurious hair, not just long.
all I'm
It's
hearing
luxurious.
is that Jeff's panties get squishy for Kevin Sorbo.
As they
No.
should.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
When you guys are in your apartments and in your homes and at your mom's houses and you're sitting in front of your computers and you're playing Dead or Alive and spanking it as hard as you possibly can, we're watching Kevin Sorbo be a fucking man.
And
Does
spanking
anybody
as
in
hard
here
as you
play
possibly
Dead or
can.
Alive?
Oh,
Who?
God.
Dead or alive.
Those
Dead or alive, you're coming with me.
You'll listen to Xena in the background.
right?
That's true.
That was a pretty raunchy sex scene for that show. It's like this is the '90s and they're getting pretty serious.
There was a lot of ass slapping.
My favorite.
It's honest.
The hottest female on that show was Aphrodite.
The goddess of love. Who?
The one who played Aphrodite.
I don't
Goddess of
remember
I
that.
love.
don't remember that.
I mean, I watched that show a long time ago, man. You're a lot older than me, so you have a better memory about that point in time.
What were we talking about?
No,
Exactly.
he's a lot older. That's why he doesn't have a memory of it.
Well, gentlemen, the main feature tonight is about action movies. I hope you have a lot to talk about because action movies have a very thin plot and they're just about explosions and fun. So, I think we're all in agreement that Die Hard is the best action movie.
You're here.
Yeah.
Eh.
Alexander Tidings. Sorry, I had
Get
to
out.
interrupt there.
I've never seen that movie.
No. That's the chick who played Aphrodite. Alexander
Send it.
Tidings.
Post it to the chat, bruh.
It's a good movie.
Damn it, now I'm
It's-
gonna have to fucking copy and paste that shit from my computer, bastards.
It's not my number one, Jeff.
Okay, Phil, be different. What's the best action movie of all time?
I feel Terminator 2.
It's Die Hard.
Next week.
Eh, not my number one either.
Well, okay, Brian, what's the number one action movie of all time? Let's hear it.
My number one is Boondock
It's Die Hard
Saints.
3.
What?
As much as I love that movie, I'm still gonna say no.
Hey, you know what? You can say no. That's my number one. So suck it, Trebek.
Yeah, but World Class Bullshitters agrees Die Hard is the greatest action movie
Die
of all
Hard was
time.
actually my number two. And it was
As
kind
I
of,
say, Die Hard was my number 2 as well.
Let me tell you why Die Hard is better than Boondock Saints and Terminator 2.
It was
It's
popular.
fucking Die Hard. Alright?
Oh, there
It is the perfect blend of action, and it actually has a story that builds upon itself from the very minute that the film starts
The
to the
plane.
time it ends.
And a believable character.
Characters, sir.
Right.
Hans Gruber is awesome.
Oh my
He's
god,
not-
here we go with the
he's not-
believable fucking characters again, Dion.
You know what? He's not a crazy fucking cyborg from the future that's coming back to kill somebody, and then a liquid guy that's coming back to kill somebody.
Wait,
Or
those
a
aren't believable?
12-year-old kid that makes you want to beat the shit out of him from the first second.
And he's literally going through puberty on screen. How many times can you go, shut up, during a film and be entertained? All right? Arnold Schwarzenegger's cool, but T2 isn't even Arnold Schwarzenegger's best performance. Not even in top 3, all right? Commando is better. Predator is better.
yeah, Predator's fucking legit.
I mean, Predator to me is Arnold Schwarzenegger's best movie.
Agreed.
Total Recall. is
Oh,
Arnold
yeah.
Schwarzenegger's
Doug
best
Quaid,
movie.
come the fuck on.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'll just say it now, is the greatest action star of all time.
Yeah, obviously.
Thank you.
Hey. I
He's
gotta
number
get
2 on my
up.
list.
There's an up-and-coming guy who's gonna take Schwarzenegger's place.
What's his name?
Wayne Johnson.
Okay.
Who?
Dwayne Johnson.
You mean The Rock?
Yes.
We don't call him Dwayne Johnson on the show.
He is the
Joel.
Rock here. He is the Rock.
He is The
Dwayne
Rock,
Johnson.
but as an actor, he's not accredited The Rock much. He's Dwayne
Anymore?
Johnson, the actor.
He's the Rock, goddammit!
He needs some insulin.
Soundbite.
Right.
I don't
but
take
have
insulin, you
greatest
idiot.
action star that I can think of was fucking president, and it's Ronald goddamn Reagan.
Wait, you mean like a cowboy?
The actor?
Oh God, no. But real talk for a minute, bro. All right, we're talking
Real
about
talk.
baseball
Real
now.
talk.
No, but Schwarzenegger. Name a better star action-wise than Schwarzenegger. Your number 2 is Stallone, and he's kind of like at the back of the bus. Schwarzenegger is just head, shoulders, and biceps above everybody else. All those, like I always say, Eddie Murphy is the best star of the '80s, but Schwarzenegger, in reality, is probably better. But you had Running Man, Terminator, Commando, Predator. Was it Red Heat?
Yep.
Red Heat. With
There's
Belushi.
other movies. Conan the Barbarian, Conan the Destroyer. I mean,
Kindergarten Cop.
that's not in the '80s.
Oh,
Junior.
I don't know.
Not in the '80s.
Oh, you're talking about 80s. Okay.
I'm just saying that for a decade, that guy was the action
Commando
star
was
of
in the
action
80s.
stars.
I always thought it was the
80s.
90s, but it was in the 80s.
It was 1985, sir.
Yep.
That is
And
very
that
much
movie-
the 80s.
The movie is excellent.
Good movies. They're all
But instead
great
of sucking
movies.
up Arnold Schwarzenegger for the next hour, who are some other action stars you guys like?
Jason Statham.
Modern choice, nice.
Yeah.
Jason Statham's awesome.
But you already got The Rock, so yeah.
Is The Rock really an action star anymore, though? He's kind of just an actor.
Right. He's definitely. I think Fast and the Furious keeps him in the conversation, obviously, because people love those fucking movies. I think
Plus, whenever they finally get him on screen as Black Adam.
But that,
Oh,
which
that'd be
is that
great.
going to be action though? I mean,
Hey, if someone's swinging punches, that becomes action.
See, I'm keeping all superhero movies out of this
I'm
conversation.
gonna try and do that because
Yeah,
Those are
I
too-
tried to keep
too
it
easy
on
to pick.
too.
Because if I'm going to pick action movies I like, if I'm bringing in superhero movies, well, I got to
Iron
put in
Man.
a Batman movie and a Spider-Man movie.
well, I don't think all of them are all action. I mean, some of them I think are going to be. I mean, if you're outside of the comic genre, some of them are thrillers, some of them are dramas, obviously, because there's not a lot of action in them. I mean, the thing about comic book movies, which makes them so appealing, is that they touch on so many different strands. And I think for me, as far as I only count them in as franchises as opposed to action movies.
That's right.
But I mean, some of them definitely I think would count as an action movie. Like, Iron Man 2 wouldn't be an action movie, but I'd count The Winter Soldier as an action movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fair enough. We'll keep them in the debate. If they're like that, if you're going to break it down like that, then there you go.
Hey,
Mhm.
Jeff, what's your number
Hey,
2?
Phil. What, action movie?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, see, I want to pick Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, but then I want to pick Raiders of the Lost Ark. I don't know. I like Temple of Doom better, but I admit Raiders of the Lost Ark is a better action movie. So I'm gonna put I'll just say Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's almost a perfect movie.
Brian?
Well, my number 2 was Die Hard.
Okay.
It should be number 1, but keep going.
I mean,
I'm gonna bring you a copy of Die Hard to the store.
I've seen the
I'm gonna make
movie.
you watch
I've seen the movie multiple times. It's an
You
amazing
need to
movie,
live the movie. You need to
but
live
it's not my favorite action movie.
because you're wrong.
I'm wrong.
Thank you, Robotic Dan.
You're
Dan,
welcome.
what's your favorite number 2?
I don't remember how many number 2s
My
do you
favorite
remember
number
you
two?
like, Dan?
Oh, motherfucker.
What's your number 2 favorite?
Just a few minutes ago.
It's with all the Jared Leto's. That's his favorite number 2.
Damn Jared Leto's. Number 2
Hey,
action
Dan, are
movie
you-
for me is Predator.
Dan, are you calling in from a walkie-talkie right now?
Sounds like it.
Niner.
Roger.
Predator is an awesome movie, Dan.
Thank you.
Dan also stole my number 2.
I'm gonna leave all the shit jokes on the table from now on. Yeah, I mean, I guess Predator's gonna be in my top 5, but I just like Indiana Jones more as a character than Dutch. I don't know his last name.
I don't think anyone knows his last name outside of IMDb.
You know what, though? I have to say this. Predator has the manliest scene in the history of all time.
I don't know,
When
man.
Carl-
Him flipping a car. Or no, it's
Dude.
at the beginning when he's carrying the fucking trees and shit. That might be pretty manly for Commando.
But Predator, though, man, when fucking Schwarzenegger and Carl Weathers did
Do
it, you
the
son of a
handshake.
bitch! and boom, and their fucking biceps bulge and the world explodes.
And when he says, "What's the matter, Dylan?
Pushing
I
too many
got you pushing
pencils?
too many pencils."
What are you doing? What are you waiting for? Come on!
It's a different part of the movie. God damn it!
That's the end, Phil.
I know, but it's still awesome.
Way to break kayfabe.
Spoiler alert. Maybe people haven't seen this movie.
Get to the chopper!
At this point, if you listen to World Class Bullshitters and
You should wait for spoilers. They should.
there are no spoiler alerts. Just remember, everything's spoiler abound.
Because we're all spoiled.
Han Solo dies.
What? I'm gonna kill myself.
It did not make my top 5.
I didn't know that.
Jeff, it did not make my top 5, but it is. I did give it an honorable mention.
What, Star Wars?
Predator.
Oh, Predator? Okay.
Honorable mention.
Honorable mention.
Okay, Dion, you're a big Schwarzenegger guy. Why is Predator better than Total Recall, or the other way around?
Well, one, everything from the characters, the flow of the movie, even, especially for people that saw it for the first time, and I count myself, you didn't know it was going to be a fucking alien movie. You did not know. Even when they show the guys getting skinned, you're like, okay, well, maybe it's some crazy Colombian dudes. We know how those Colombians like to skin motherfuckers and dance, whatever. But you did not know that it was an alien movie. Total Recall, it's going to be about fucking Mars and aliens. Commando, it's about a dude getting his daughter. It was doing it before Taken was fucking cool. Liam Neeson, you're great, but go fuck yourself. Commando's better. Any other, Terminator's about the fucking future. A robot's coming in. This kid's going to probably piss on something. You know what they're about. Predator gave you the fucking greatest swerve, and our favorite wrestling promoter wasn't even a part of it. Even then, the alien's a badass. He's the type of alien that hunts motherfuckers. You have the most, and like you said, it has the most manliest scene, arguably in all of movies. And even those two manly men get their asses whooped by this alien who's a fucking crazy, calculating, and dangerous son of a bitch. It's arguably another one of a very small list of perfect movies.
It's
Hey,
almost
Dion,
like he's a predator.
I want to give you a point right now because you just made me like Predator more than Total Recall.
Yeah, which is hard because I loved Total Recall and Commando, but Predator is a fucking it's a perfect movie.
I want to sit down though right now and watch Predator because your description of a movie I've seen 20 times has me excited for some reason. But I want to say this: I fucked up. Indiana Jones is not my second favorite action movie. No. It's Beverly Hills Cop. That's my fourth favorite movie of all time.
Action comedy, that counts.
Hey,
It's
Axel
it.
Foley
It says
can
action.
hang. Axel Foley could hang with these dudes. You could put Axel Foley in a Die Hard situation, and he wouldn't die.
But I
Or-
really
I mean,
doubt
I'm not
that
saying
Axel
he would
Foley
hit-
survive long in Predator.
Oh no,
What the
he's
fuck
too
is that?
skinny.
Well, plus, those dudes are like
I
fucking.
got a hole in my chest.
Well, I mean, Detroit is a far cry from the South American jungles, except for
It's
nowadays
only
they're pretty
LA.
similar.
Right, they're very
They're
similar.
about the same thing
Well,
now.
no. If he stays around long enough, in Beverly Hills Cop 3, it's not that long until Predator 2.
That's a good
Doesn't
point.
Predator 2 take place in
You get the
1998?
Colombian drug cartels. We're going to get you, the Scorpion.
Did
Plus,
you
and you and I have talked about this, Jeff. Imagine, was it? I think we said Die Hard with a Vengeance with Axel Foley.
that movie, I think the world would melt.
That would
because
be
that's how
one of
epic
the
that would
greatest
be.
movies.
Go with a nuclear meltdown.
There is
No,
nothing
Samuel-
that could be better than that.
Samuel L. Jackson is great in Die Hard 3, and according to a reputable source by the name of Dan Kane, Die Hard 3 is an amazing movie.
Yes, it is.
But-
he knows what he's talking about when
Die Hard 3, amazing movie.
But Beverly Hills Cop meets Die Hard. You could inject some life into a dead franchise and a dying, like, it's its last day in hospice franchise. Because Die Hard 5 was fucking garbage.
It was.
Name a shittier action movie out of a franchise. That dead air means I'm correct. Die Hard 5 is shit.
I was trying to think, but there's nothing.
There's nothing.
I mean,
There's one
Terminator
thing-
3 is pretty bad, man. What would you rather
But-
watch? Would you rather watch Terminator 3
Ooh,
or
Terminator
or
for
live
Salvation.
Die Hard Another Day, or whatever the fuck it is?
Die Hard, Die Hard.
Die Hard Another Day. 2.
Does that one have Madonna in it?
Electric Boogaloo.
It's
and a
Die
half.
Hard,
The
another
sequel.
day. John,
Another
Courtney,
day.
another day.
The C3 requel.
I'll tell you this.
Terminator
I would
Salvation
rather
was
watch
also pretty
Terminator 3 over Live Free or Die Hard. Because at least Arnold Schwarzenegger tried. Bruce Willis is a son of a bitch who just doesn't give a shit about life anymore. So he just mimics his way through these roles. I mean, he's not even John McClane anymore.
No, the last one, yeah, he was absolutely horrible.
Now, I'll give him this, though. I think Die Hard, Live Free or Die Hard was great.
Oh, Live Free or
I
Die
love
Hard
that
was
movie.
awesome.
I'm in the minority, but I really like that movie.
No,
It was, it was good.
That's my third favorite Die Hard movie.
Same here. I go 1, 3, 4, 2, 5.
Yep.
I didn't
Yes.
like Die
Yes.
Hard. Live Free, Die Hard.
Why not?
And computers.
I just didn't care for it. I actually remember I fell asleep in the theater watching that movie.
Was just, you know what though? I fell asleep during The Incredible Hulk. I still like it.
I couldn't get into it.
During the first time I saw Star Wars.
Still like it.
Still like it. Well, then again, I was on drugs.
Well, you were 7 years old.
And it was just an accident that day.
I could have
Alright,
sworn.
gentlemen.
I thought Joel was like 35 in '77.
Hey,
Oh, you're so funny.
at 7 years old, cocaine is a hard habit to kick.
These were actual legit painkillers.
I heard it was a hell of a drug. But gentlemen, there's one thing all these action movies we're talking about have in common. An awesome lead character, or characters in the case of Die Hard. I mean, yeah, the terrorists are kind of lame that aren't Hans Gruber, but you got the guy with the tiny feet. You got the guy who looks like a knockoff model. You got the pissed off brother. I mean,
You
all
got
those
that
guys had...
candy-eating diabetic Chinese guy in the bottom of the building.
You got the fucking
Yeah, you
black guy from Walker, Texas Ranger.
Trevette.
Yeah.
So, by the way, I don't think this podcast will ever have enough Chuck Norris, so thanks for that mention. But no, all these movies have great leads or great characters. I mean, the Indiana Jones movies. Indiana Jones is an awesome, iconic character. He is... You could argue he's the best action movie character of all time.
Very arguable.
Bond.
I would say Bond is my personal favorite, but I was just saying Indiana Jones you could argue. James Bond has longevity, and I mean...
He sure shouldn't have the best movies, I'll tell you that.
Well, no, I think he has... Well, are we doing percentage-wise or just number of films? Because James Bond has more quality films than any of these movies.
Right, I was going off of percentage. I mean, especially as far as, like, character assassination. I mean...
I don't ever think that he's the problem in his bad movies. It's everything else he's involved with. Like, James Bond...
I don't know, man.
like
Roger
you, Dion.
Moore
It's
is such a, like
Fucking
He's
bore.
Plus, the thing about Bond is the dude is, and I know that you and I have had this conversation ad nauseum, but Bond, fucking Sean Connery looked like a dude that could order a martini at a very expensive bar and kick my ass.
Yeah.
At least, Daniel Craig looks like a crazy person that might snap and kick my ass. Pierce Brosnan looks like a smart dude who
would talk you into fucking him in the ass.
Not Pierce Brosnan. Don't make me slap you in the mouth. But
Yeah, you don't talk shit
Don't
about
talk
Pierce
shit
No,
Brosnan
that's
on this
what I'm
podcast.
saying. Pierce Brosnan would be able to talk you into something you normally wouldn't
oh
do.
yeah, he would be like,
That's what I
listen,
mean. That's why you would let you fuck him
Right.
in the ass.
right? He'd be like, listen, that your dick, you should probably start sucking that, like that. I
Okay,
would think
yes,
about it.
sir. You're James Bond.
You know, for you, Pierce Brosnan.
comes in
okay.
with the walker. You want to just finish him off by kicking it out.
Even now, Pierce Brosnan in his movies still looks like a badass. But
Dion, I would say this. If somebody said, Jeff, let's make a James Bond movie tomorrow, I'd say, okay. And this is official, by the way. It would start out with the gun barrel and would say 10 years in the future. And I'd bring Pierce Brosnan back. He can be a little older. He could still be an old James Bond because those guys are secret agents till they die.
he'd be the best James Bond, yeah, the best.
Daniel Craig looks like shit, okay?
Yeah.
Daniel Craig looks terrible. He looks beaten. He's got giant ears. He looks like a James Bond villain from the 60s. Brosnan, though, looked like the Bond mold, and he's aged so well. Darken his hair up, put him back in a suit. You could bring him back, and it would be exciting. It'd be different. Sean Connery got a second chance, or actually a third chance, to come back as Bond. Why not Pierce Brosnan? People want to shit on him, but his movies were the first Bond movies to make $1 billion. He was the first $1 billion Bond.
The only thing about that, I don't want to go through another Bond character fight over, which is kind of the only reason that Sean Connery got to come back a third time. But yeah, no, I think that I would totally be okay with Pierce Brosnan coming back. He's not my favorite Bond, but the man's a damn good Bond. He's definitely the upper half part of the guys who've played James Bond for sure.
To hear more about us talking about James Bond, go watch our James Bond episode.
Thank you.
Ding!
Did we air that one?
But Joel wasn't on that show, so if you love Joel on World Class Bullshitters, you know.
Stop listening immediately.
What's wrong with you?
Thank you, Dan.
Hey, Dion, you know a character we haven't talked about yet?
Who?
Rambo.
Oh my God, Hillary actually mentioned him when I was putting my list together. Yeah,
He's
Rambo.
my number 3.
Oh, I thought you were saying when I was putting it in her. She was talking about Rambo.
That would be the worst. The worst heel turn of all
Rambo.
time is Jeff fucking my wife.
No, I wasn't saying that. I said
meant
when you
you.
were fucking her, she talked about Rambo. I wasn't talking about
Wow.
banging your wife. No, I was talking about you fucking her. She's like,
why
yeah,
you
Dion, I love Rambo.
Bro, you meant to fuck my wife, bro. What the fuck?
My name isn't Dustin.
He went fucking Edge on your ass. Turning heel, stealing your girlfriend.
Not everybody will get that reference.
I don't
I have to
care.
tell you something about D2, Dion.
Oh shit!
It was me.
J2.
Oh, you Jeff, you son of a bitch.
God, what a weird event that would be. If that was the truth.
That'd be so weird.
Next time
I
on
wouldn't-
Maury.
I wouldn't tell you until the kid's like 40 years old and I'm, in my 60s. Like, oh yeah. You got to have the good years with him.
I'd be like, thank you for lying and maintaining my life, because I'm glad you didn't ruin my life until we were 40.
You were frail emotionally. Let me buy you a house and make it up to you.
Deal. Hey, Ben, want to fuck in our new house?
Yep.
Hey, son, that's not
This
mine.
is
Come here, give me a
long-time
hug
fan.
in our new house.
Vader, I am your father.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Dion, are you a Rambo guy?
I love the Rambo movies. Rambo 3 is my favorite.
My grandma
Rambo
called me
3.
Yeah.
Afghanistan?
Fighting the goddamn commies. We know that you like to bang Asian chicks when you were in the Navy. I at least think that you would appreciate
Wait,
eating the
No,
goddamn
no, no.
Sure, they're
I still
chicks.
think the first Rambo is the best, story-wise.
Two's probably, if being objective, two's the best by far, but
4 guys. Come on.
four's really
You
fucking
know, the one where that movie with the 50 caliber rifle,
Turns the guys into chunks of
oh
meat.
my god, that was so over the top.
I loved it though. I'm not even into the gore, but that is the
Speaking
goriest
of which,
movie ever.
another movie, Over the Top.
Oh my God. You know, Stallone? See, unlike Schwarzenegger, who just kind of failed upwards if he failed, Stallone had ups and downs. He did that gay cowboy movie in the 80s,
Mhm.
but then he would do a couple Rockies. And then he would do
Stop,
like...
My Mom Will Shoot.
yeah, and then he would do Judge Dredd or Demolition Man. I like Demolition
It's a great
Man a lot.
movie, yeah.
I love that movie.
And I do love Judge Dredd, even though it's a horrible movie, and Rob Schneider is literally in your face, pissing on your face the whole movie. But I do like that
In
movie
3D.
a lot.
I can't get behind.
The best
Judge
movie line.
Dredd.
What'd you say, Brian?
Can't get behind that Judge Dredd movie. It's so bad.
Oh no! There's one redeeming quality in that movie, and that was when Rob Schneider said, "Mr. I am the law," making fun of Schwarzenegger. Sylvester
Stallone.
Stallone.
Hey, Dion.
Yeah.
And of course everyone else. Sorry, I'm not trying to exclude
Be
you.
aware.
Dion's the one I know the best. What about The Last Action Hero?
Ooh,
Good movie.
That
Very good movie.
That movie gets shit on a lot, and it makes me mad because, especially when you and I finally watched it, like that movie is very underrated. I mean, the fact that and I fucking hate movies that fit that description, but the movie's very meta, and it fucking it's the only movie that does that. I mean, we'll see until Deadpool comes out, but it acknowledges what it is, and it does it. So even though you know that the dudes are living in a movie, him being in a fucking glass elevator getting shot at by a fucking helicopter, that's fucking awesome.
I don't think Deadpool can be more meta unless it actually ends with someone drawing a comic book and looking at the screen and going, "This is what you're watching," and then it ends.
No, but
If Rob Liefeld is not in the end of this movie, it can't be more meta.
I think that would be the
than,
biggest
Last
fuck
Action
you
Hero.
ever.
It would be awesome if it was just a comic book being drawn by Deadpool and that's how the movie ended.
That
be
would
good.
be legit.
That'd actually be pretty
comic
good.
book drawing, real life.
Ah! I just remember as a kid, I had the Last Action Hero toys, and then I saw the movie and I had no clue what the fuck was going on.
Oh my god, I forgot about the fucking toys, man. God damn.
I had a little Danny action figure. It's so dumb. It looks just like a generic white kid. It could be anybody.
It's a gentleman.
That's kind of how
Hey,
white
Jeff,
kids
Jeff,
look.
we all
Very
look alike.
generic white kid.
Hey, Brian,
Yes.
what's your number 3?
Well, my number 3 is The Losers.
What?
That movie is fucking terrible.
Serious, Brian?
You're high.
Wow. Dude, look,
Probably.
there's
That's like me saying my favorite action number 3 is DOA.
Yeah.
My favorite action movie is Steel Magnolias. I just love Sally Field. What the fuck are you going on?
you got a gorgeous woman kicking ass. You've got explosions out the ass. You've got gunplay all over the place,
I'm gonna hit
and pure
out the ass.
jackassery and drunk bastards.
I've never seen
Fucking Brian, you know, and I know
It was
Phil
a movie.
hates it when I get on the whole believable thing. But please tell me, would you, even if you're gonna fuck the woman whose father you fucking gunned down, is she gonna stop and say, you know what? Even though you killed my dad and fucked me, probably in my butt, we're gonna fight together, and I'm gonna fight. And you're gonna accept that I'm gonna fight with you, even though you probably don't know if and when I'm gonna fucking shoot you in the dick,
In the butt.
in the butt.
Just out of curiosity, Brian, what is your number 4?
Yeah, I'm ready to scream.
I'm gonna hit you. In
Okay, for my number 4, I
Careful,
couldn't choose
Dion
a
might kill
single
you.
person in this one. For my number 4, it's literally just the Lethal Weapon franchise. That they're all good.
Okay.
well,
you're
see,
back
now
on
you're
the
trying to
train.
win me back because you know I love those goddamn movies.
You know what, Dion? It has nothing to do with
I will.
Weapon.
The worst part about that being your number 4 is that you have the fucking losers as better than weapon movies.
Dion.
You know,
Yeah.
hey Brian, let me tell you something. The other day, Dion and I were talking about shit we did in the past, and we were talking about movies we saw, and The Losers came up for being
Yes.
so bad.
Yes.
It wasn't like,
I
oh,
fucking
we had a
like-
great time doing this. We saw The Losers, and it was shit.
I liked it. I thought it was a great movie, and the comic book is way fucking better, but that's neither here nor there.
I can't believe Jason Patrick was in that movie.
Seriously, like, what was he
It was
thinking?
Captain America was in that movie with
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was.
That movie was so bad, he fucking did Captain America to be like, oh, hey guys, remember that fucking movie where I get naked in the elevator? Don't watch that.
Hey, it also
Yeah,
had Javier
Fantastic Four.
Bardem Morgan.
Yeah. Javier Bardem Morgan, who was
They are the same person. Brian, what's your number 5?
To Predator.
Oh,
You have
okay.
the worst fuck. I don't. Literally the only thing worse in the history of our show is fucking Joel's electric fence Hell in a Cell.
Which did not get uploaded, so no one knows about it.
Okay,
Yeah, America.
so
The only thing worse than fucking Brian's list is a ridiculous match that Joel came up with 10 minutes before he was on the fucking show. So
Hey,
know that
Brian,
that exists.
Brian, I got a question. Is your number 6 film Jonah Hex?
no.
Dion. What's your number 3?
I'm sorry.
Phil, to be honest, we really weren't making a top 5 list.
I know.
I just said bring 5 movies to talk about because our wrestling episode was so bad that no one talked. So I needed some talking points.
Well, it's working. We're talking. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Dion,
Number 3.
name a movie.
My number 3. Well, I don't think I said my number 2, did I?
No.
Yeah.
I don't have them. I don't have them in order. I just have the Die Hard. I have Die Hard. I
Predator.
have obviously
Die Hard.
Commando. I fucking obviously love Predator. Predator is a great movie. For me, in my top 5 was The Raid 2. I fucking love that goddamn movie. It's one of the best, in my opinion, the best fight scene of all goddamn time. Just point blank, period.
Even over Chuck Norris versus Bruce Lee inside the Coliseum in Way of the Dragon?
Granted, there is not a hair pulling from the chest scene as there is in that movie, but that is a close second.
That is the second manliest scene of all time in any film.
And just fucking Bruce Lee puts
And then there's a random cat.
and then just wipes it on his pants. Like, what the fuck just happened?
You know, for the most part, all these big action stars are still alive today, which is kind of cool.
Which
Maybe they're unkillable, just like in their movies.
I know, right? And fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger had heart surgery, and it's like, or a bypass. It's like even his heart cannot kill him.
I
Isn't
know
he
the
just
feels.
like 5 feet tall?
He's like what, 5'7", I think.
Oh, he's still short though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Compared to like what he looks like and what other.
I wonder if when he
It's
was
kind of
going
like the
in
Tom
for this.
Cruise thing.
I do have an honest question for you guys. Does anyone have The Matrix in their top 10 favorite action
I
Oh
movies?
yeah,
No.
for sure.
Top number 3 for me.
I like that movie, but I just don't see
The first one, mind you.
Yeah, I'm
The
only
first
talking
one's
about
the only
first
good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
No,
just don't see
the
it
other
as a
ones
big
are
action movie.
good.
They're
If they
good,
out.
but they
Shut
didn't
up.
live up to the standard of the
fuck
first
out,
one.
Dion.
listen. I'm not gonna take guff from the goddamn guy who has the losers in his top. That's just not gonna happen.
Oh, you'll fucking
Damn.
take. Seriously, fucking The Matrix 2 and 3 were the biggest piles of shit I've ever fucking seen.
Outside of one like plot thing that was just the Wachowskis trying to jizz on your chest. I mean, the fight scenes are good. I mean, even though a lot of the
Even though Neo
CGI
becomes CGI.
and Reloaded doesn't hold up, but I mean, the fight scenes are awesome. I mean, the premise is really fucking cool, and if anything, the ending was great. It made, even though it wasn't a great movie, it made me want to watch Revolutions, which has even though Reloaded the CGI is bad, the fucking fight scene between the humans and the robots in Zion is fucking awesome.
Yeah. I
Like,
enjoyed the fight with the multiple Smiths for the first time.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
I
that
remember
was
watching that
freaking
movie
awesome.
for the first time. Yeah, I was out of breath when I first watched that movie.
He's ripping lead pipes out of the ground.
Were you watching
Get out
Cops
of people.
Mario.
Dion, I got a question for
Yes,
you.
sir.
Let's backtrack for just a brief second.
Okay.
Mission Impossible, Bourne franchise, James Bond franchise. How would you rank those?
Fuck Tom Cruise.
Bond, Bourne, Mission Impossible.
I would go Bond, Mission Impossible, Bourne.
Really? Because Mission Impossible 2 is fucking garbage.
Oh, Mission Impossible 2 and 3 are pretty shitty, but I loved the first movie. I loved number 4, and number 5 was good.
I still gotta
I
see
don't really-
5.
I'm not a big fan of the Bourne movies because of what they did to the James Bond films, but
You
I
can't
still like
blame
them.
them for that.
I can, though, because everything followed
Shaky
suit.
cam,
Like,
yeah.
Shaky Cam fucking sucked, dude. I'm glad it's over. It's like how I was bitching about The Dark Knight on our Batman episode. Because The Dark Knight made all that money, everything tried to be gritty and realistic, and it doesn't always work. It works for that movie, but there's a
that's the
backlash
character.
effect. Yes, but then movies like The Amazing Spider-Man are trying to be dark and gritty. Spider-Man is a bright,
He's a
colorful
light,
superhero.
he's a jovial character.
Joel,
He
stop
was blue and
speaking
red
to the
spandex.
podcast from the bathroom. Come sit in front of your computer so we
I
can...
am in front of my computer.
Well, then you have a shitty computer.
It's not as shitty as your face.
Oh,
Was that a burn?
Are we in 5th grade? Holy shit!
Your computer's as good as my lungs.
When Joel was in 5th grade, oh god damn!
That's bad.
When Joel was in 5th grade, none of us were born, so.
Yeah.
Oh.
They just
Mean-year-old
started
Joel.
walking around with those big ass 80s cell phones that you have to charge before you can use in a car.
They kill your battery.
They kill
What do
everything.
you guys think? Where do you put Bond, Bourne, and the other one, Mission
I'd
Impossible?
say Bond, Bourne, and Mission Impossible. I like that order.
I'm going
So we all.
Bond, Mission Impossible, Bourne.
Ooh, so we're tied.
I didn't watch most of the Bourne movies. I didn't like them that much.
I've
They were
seen-
good, but it's just
I didn't care for the new one with Hawkeye.
because
I
the
love
new one's
that one,
terrible.
actually. I really liked that one.
I don't count that.
I didn't care for that one, but well, apparently he's doing 2 more.
Yeah.
But-
And Dave
I think another one comes out this year.
Yeah,
James
I
coming back.
think it comes out in November.
I will probably go see it for the podcast because I love my listeners. But other than that, I'm not
Oh,
excited.
don't
for it.
kiss their ass.
You love them all, Jeff? Even Josh?
I love all of them except some of the ones on YouTube. We're getting some racist fans now, so that means we've made it. But there's some shit that's being said that only I can see, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh, you gotta share this shit, man.
Some people,
Well, no,
some people should not have the right to think.
Well, no, I keep, on YouTube
Wow.
I'll get comments on our Star Wars video. Okay, but no, I'll get comments on our Star Wars video, and it'll be like, you have comments awaiting moderation, and there's some terms for black people, some terms for Jewish people,
Oy
some
vey.
terms for women. I'm just like,
Oy vey.
if I wasn't trying to, make this podcast legitimate, I would love to post these really hateful things on there. But because I'm sure there's like one uppity guy that actually likes our show, for you uppity guy, I kept your eyes from those terrible words that begins with C
Cheers, Mahal.
and N and
Did you say cheers,
is it,
Muhammad?
I said Mahala.
Oh, Mahala. I thought you like cheers, Mahala. Have some, Muhammad, have some bacon.
Who's Mahala?
Listen, man, fucking get the joke out before you stutter the son of a bitch to death. I mean, damn, work on the delivery, Joel. Jesus.
Come on, Bubba.
hey Dion, What were you doing in
Bubba.
1997?
1997, you say?
Yes.
1997, I was
Masturbating
watching
for the
Spawn over and over again. I was trying to figure out ways to steal the Spice Girls VHS and burn it so I wouldn't have to watch it again. I was obsessed with this redheaded girl at school who, even in 97, I wanted to put my penis in her. And then, what else was I doing in 1997?
Because I have a big question.
Yes,
for you.
sir.
Ask me.
What was better in 1997, Face Off or Con Air?
Ooh,
Con Air. I mean, I love Face Off.
On air.
Specifically because of John Travolta keeps rubbing that kid's face, but
Off.
oh,
It didn't
Well, I
show
love
him.
you.
It didn't
Kinda
show
here,
him pan
I mean-
the camera down where he moved the rest of his hand.
hey, you flushed my
Pedophile
face. I'm not
joke.
fat anymore. But fucking, you
That
got
way.
Nicolas Cage with long hair, a shitty, Alabama accent. And you got John
John
Malkovich.
Cusack.
Yeah, John Malkovich being probably how he is in real life, a crazy person. You got early Dave Chappelle, who was still funny.
Out of the fucking airplane?
Yeah, he's in Con Air. He's a dude that
I know, I've seen Con Air. I don't know
he
Blu-ray.
likes the Native American dude on fire.
Con Air, con shit.
Oh shit, goddamn!
See, Dion, I like Face Off more because Nicolas Cage's performance is balls to the wall insanity.
Right.
That scene the opening scene where he enters that choir and he's dressed as a priest and he fucking does that like head twirl thing and grabs the underage girl's ass and is like, oh! That's how you start a fucking movie with pedophilia.
Wow.
Every
Wow.
movie had to have some Nicolas Cage insanity in it.
Yeah,
We here at
so-
World Class
You got
Bullshitters
Nicolas-
do not
you like
endorse pedophilia.
that's true. But you like to talk about Nicolas Cage with his long hair? Look at it with his shitty like toupee and his sunglasses and those big gold pistols he had. And then he has to like switch bodies, and he kept saying the word "face off." It was an awesome movie.
I'm not saying it isn't. I mean, then he sets dudes on fire. But at least in Con Air, you have him talking in monotone the whole time. But then he says like crazy shit, like "You ain't going nowhere near my daughter." It's like what the fuck are you talking about? I only trust 2 men, and you ain't one of them. It's like it's Nicolas Cage. Those are by far of all the movie. He has the facial expressions, but in Con Air he has all the one-liners that you deserve from Nick Cage. It's fucking fantastic. Now there's 3 men I trust, and then he just doesn't say anything. It's like, are you gonna finish that fucking thought, Nick, or we're in limbo right now? What's happening? It's a great fucking movie.
Like I said, I own it on Blu-ray. It's a worthy movie. It's not a movie that I take lightly. I just prefer Face Off because Nicolas Cage is just insane,
Because it
man.
had a series, a Spawn series called Face Off, the makeup show.
Oh, shut up!
I was wondering where Joel was going to go for that. Now I'm disappointed.
I know it took like 10 minutes for him to get there. I'm just like, are we gonna have a conversation about this, or what's gonna happen?
Get up more of it.
All right.
Plus,
So,
anyone
plus,
like The
fuck you,
Fugitive?
sci-fi. The fact that you lost SmackDown, what the fuck is that about? Seriously?
But Dion, the same company owns USA and Sci-Fi, so it's just like it's like
intertrade.
moving next door in the same apartment building. It's not
They're
a big
moving SmackDown with its shitty ratings to USA to make up for the shitty ratings that Raw isn't getting.
all right. So Dion, I have to ask you a question real quick. Which has
Yeah,
become worse
brother,
this
man.
evening? Is my list still worse, or is Joel's jokes worse tonight?
deal.
Ooh,
Finally, an actual debate.
ooh,
Fight.
ooh, shit, man. I think that at least with your list, you delivered it. You didn't. How about I bet look, losers is number 3. Joel over here is. I just want to say today, Junior.
Oh God.
Happy Madison for the win.
Like the film production company?
Yes.
Okay.
Stuttering
Just
disability.
checking.
You should pick on
That's how
us.
Adam Sandler reviews all his movies. Oh, is that my? Oh, okay, just checking.
Who's the worst action star of all time?
Ooh shit.
Mm.
Oh,
Michael Dudikoff.
Oh man, I'd say Ice
No,
Cube because Triple X 2. I enjoy Triple X 2, but I'm just like Ice Cube. Why are you still fat in my movie?
he's good in everything but action movies. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Dion on the Ice Cube for horrible action star.
Right. Plus,
Oh wait, I don't have to pick a male. I can pick a female, right?
Yeah.
Uma Thurman.
Thank you.
Ooh.
She was my pick. I hate that
Fucking
bitch.
Kill Bill is a shit movie. I hate that fucking piece of garbage.
The first
Alright,
one's
so-
not bad. The second one is what pisses me off.
I hate them all. I hate them all. Fuck you, Quentin Tarantino, you racist piece of shit. I'm taking a page out of Dion's book.
Thank you.
You had me until I saw The Hateful Eight, and I was like, you're a hateful man. If I ever see you in person, I will smack you.
Thank you. I've been
I
saying
don't
this
know,
shit for
man.
years.
It's
I
Samuel
think Clint-
Jackson's in every movie lately.
I think Clint Eastwood
Samuel
is
Jackson's bankable. You might not have the best movie, but you know that Samuel Jackson will be in it.
Well,
Anyway,
it doesn't change the fact that, Jeff thinks he's a hateful, racist motherfucker, but here's Samuel Jackson showing up for a paycheck.
Exactly.
Yeah, because it's money, dude. You could put me, if Hitler was alive and he was making movies and I could walk out of that theater or out of the studio knowing I wouldn't die, I would be in those movies. And so would you, Joel, because you want the money.
Look, man. Clint Eastwood, I think, takes the whole hate and racism thing a little bit further.
How?
Have you not
Do
seen
tell.
Grand fucking Torino?
Yeah.
Written
That
and
movie is
directed by
fucking
Eastwood?
That movie.
But that
That
was
movie's
one.
fucking
That was
amazing.
one. Fucking Quentin Tarantino's done it over his entire career. He cannot go one movie without dropping the N-bomb. I think the only other one he doesn't say it in, I think, is fucking Kill Bill.
Speaking of the
Because there are no black people in that film.
Right. He fucking
Except, what's her face?
he loves saying
Vernita
that.
Green.
He loves that word.
speaking of the N-bomb, what is Quentin Tarantino's obsession with that word?
I don't know.
American.
It's
That's
so
what we're trying to
fucking
find
weird.
out.
He
It's
wishes
so
he was
weird.
black?
It's in that. It's
No.
in. I'm pretty sure it's in every one of his movies at least 50 times or more.
I think the only one it's not in is Kill Bill 2. I think Vivica A. Fox says it in Kill Bill, but it's literally, I think that's the only one that it's not in. I mean,
See?
it's the weirdest fucking thing, man.
I think Kill
Yeah.
Bill and Kill Bill 2 are the only two I haven't seen that he's done.
Even Reservoir Dogs, he drops it like 7 times.
Well, they had that weird conversation in Reservoir Dogs where they're at the diner or they're in the back of the car and they're talking about a black chick and how like N chicks don't play around. It's the fucking weirdest part of that whole. Like that movie would be a great movie and I like the movie, but that's the reason that was the first movie where I was like, I fucking hate Quentin Tarantino because he says it. And then his lines in Pulp Fiction. There's no way that Quentin Tarantino would tell a fucking hitman that looks like Samuel Jackson, yo, does my house say dead N-word storage? No, he wouldn't fucking do that.
I love how that's the one time you'll censor yourself.
Yeah, since when do we
I
censor
wasn't
ourselves
good,
on
but
this
you
show,
said
by
the
the
line
way?
of making the podcast legit. I was like, and I really want to
Oh,
play
if you know what, I would put it like this: if you're quoting something, go for it, man.
All right.
I mean, like, if I was in the mood or partially drunk, I would start quoting the Beverly Palm Hotel line, but I'm just not in the mood for some Axel Foley action right now.
If you have problems with the N-word, do not watch Django Unchained. Do not watch The Hateful Eight.
I would say, at least Django, the hero is a black dude and comes out on top and wins.
And it's during
Hateful
slavery,
Eight, everyone's
so,
just a
like,
piece of shit.
Well, in
It's during slavery, so that
yeah, I was gonna say Django. It makes sense. It fits because of the time period the
but it's
movie
the
takes.
only
place.
one.
Right. It's the only kind of Hateful Eight takes place back, in those days too.
Just after the
so,
a
Civil
few
War.
months or a few years later.
yeah. So
Oh.
yeah.
Hey, Dan, are you
applies
still
there,
awake?
too.
But still, it's just it's like
It is.
It's so weird.
It's too much. It's too much in a lot of the
he
movies.
even had to slip it in Inglourious Bastard. It's like, are you fucking serious? For every fucking movie, man.
Mhm.
I think his movies are overrated.
Could you
I
bet?
agree
he
with
has,
that.
he has
I
some
agree
good
with
ones.
that.
He has some good ones, but he has some shitty ones.
Oh yeah, agreed.
How do you
Dan-
top the
Django
Zubik
Unchained
stuff?
was awesome.
Django was a great movie. Django, I love Pulp Fiction. I like Reservoir Dogs and Jackie Brown, but other than that, the other ones suck ass.
Watched Pulp Fiction
Fuck.
for the first time last week, and it's a really good movie.
It is.
I
Well,
enjoyed it.
I'm glad you caught on 22 years later. I'll just
It's his favorite movie of the 21st century.
Yeah. It's the best movie he's ever seen.
Happy Gilmore.
19-
It's the best.
1999. Dan,
Loud to Dan.
are you awake?
Yeah, I'm right here.
What do you think? Is one of your favorite action movies of all time Hot Fuzz?
Yes.
That's
Good.
How'd you know I was going to say that?
Because I wanted to bring some British flair, because the only British movie we've talked about on this podcast is James Bond.
I don't know.
But I
No, because
think
I was going
Hot
to say my
Fuzz-
number 3 pick was the Kingsman.
Of all time action
All
movies?
time.
Dude, that movie won me over when I watched it.
But all
It
time,
was good, but
It was a great movie.
dude, there are movies you're not even thinking of, like The Fugitive. That movie's excellent.
Alien.
We got Aliens. That's your favorite movie of all time.
Mad Max made my top 5.
Alien is Joel's favorite movie
Man,
of all
the
time.
actual
Not in
Mad
the top
Max
5
is
list
favorite
of action movies, though.
What'd you say, Dion?
are you talking about Mad Max the movie or Mad Max Fury Road?
Fury Road.
He's never seen the old
Yeah,
one.
'cause
I've seen the first one.
Yeah, Mad Max is the
It's
name of the
different.
actual first one.
I'm sorry, I meant Mad
What-
Max Fury Road.
Gotcha.
Dion,
Yes.
let's talk about a movie that's near and dear to your heart. I was hoping Dustin would be here for tonight.
Bring it in. Bring it in. Bring it on. I think I know.
You know what I'm talking about. His name was Murphy, but now he goes by the name of RoboCop!
Yeah.
Talk about a schlocky title that actually yielded a pretty good film.
Plus, it's the fucking oh my god, what's the director's name? Jeff, I'm
Paul Verhoeven.
what?
The director's name is Paul
Verhoeven. Yeah,
Verhoeven.
he's a fucking crazy bastard, and like that, very few of his movies that crazy works out. And RoboCop is the epitome of crazy movies that work out so well, especially how fucking gory. And for a long time, it had the record for most rounds fired in a movie. I mean, it's a great movie and such a dumb fucking premise, RoboCop, and it's fucking amazing. I love that goddamn movie. Oh my god!
The franchise that definitely goes downhill after the first film.
Well, see, that's my only thing. I love RoboCop 2. It's a very close second to
Did you call it RoboCop? Did you call it Robot
Yeah,
Cop
he did.
2?
or RoboCop. I've been
Robot
drinking,
Cop.
damn it. I've been
I am Robot Cop.
Is it the sequel Robert Cop? Oh, I
RoboCop.
love this show.
RoboCop,
RoboCop 2
was
though
fucking
is very
amazing.
underrated. Plus, it's Irvin Kershner. I love Irvin Kershner. RoboCop. And the reason I think that RoboCop 2 sucks is that or people say it sucks is because it's called RoboCop 2. Like if
It's because
the
they
title,
watch it.
if he had a different title for that movie, it'd be considered a great movie. I love RoboCop 2.
All right, look,
Electrocop.
RoboCop
2
the second.
is not amazing, but it's far from horrible.
Exactly. Very far from horrible.
3, on the other
Is that the
hand,
one
is
with
a
the
fucking
Asian
joke.
gang?
Is that the best we can get? It's
Is
far
that when he starts
horrible.
flying?
I didn't think there were.
Yeah, that is number 3 when he flies
Yeah.
with the jetpack.
Yeah.
I don't think the remake. was any
Don't
good.
forget the fucking smiling Asian assassin robot in 3.
The
Robot
part
Cop?
I think about RoboCop 2, maybe it's the first. What's the one where is it Ed 209 in the first one that gets stuck on the stairwell?
Yeah.
Technically,
Yeah.
he's in 3 too, because they have him show up at the end, like they have random Ed 209 robots walking around. But yeah,
I just always think of that. Like, I didn't grow up liking RoboCop. I like it a little bit now. But there are parts in that movie that are just, effect-wise, are so bad. Like when the guy gets shot out the window.
Yeah.
And it's the dummy and his
arms
are
are
like 4
super
feet
long.
Looks like something out of a Freddy Krueger movie.
Plus, well,
Or like the stop motion on Ed 209. I'm like, come on, man. Phil Tippett, you worked on Star Wars, dude. What the
yeah,
fuck?
but you have the crazy way that Murphy gets killed. You have one of the greatest villain deaths of all time, where he fucking. I don't know why the fucking connection to computers is a giant goddamn fucking blade, but he stabs fucking Red Foreman in the neck, and just way too much blood splatters on his fucking chest. And he just bleeds to death. You got fucking, a random black dude running around laughing like a goddamn court jester. I mean, it has the greatest, 80s stereotypes in it, and it does it so well. You have Ronnie Cox was in a goddamn family TV show before that movie, and he says fuck 50 times.
Sir, he was in Beverly Hills Cop 1 and 2 before that movie.
Oh, that's right.
He's Bogomil.
He was. That's right.
Andrew Bogomil.
Well, it was 84, because RoboCop was, 87?
Yeah, that's why he's not in Beverly Hills Cop 2 that much.
Right.
Because he had to go off to make that.
Right.
What do you think of some other villain deaths, though? You brought up best horror or action movie villain death. Usually they die in a pretty gnarly
Hans
way.
Gruber.
Hans Gruber.
Yeah.
I mean, are we just saying that because we all
No,
Die Hard? Because his death
the
is...
one that's
No,
better
it's
than
the fact that he knows it's coming. It's like, oh shit.
But Bennett and Commando is way funnier, and it's
I think that, as much as I love Die Hard, I don't think Hans Gruber's death is that epic.
not. It's not.
I mean, it's cool, and I love the part where he goes, or what's his name? Dwayne T. Robinson's like, I hope it's not one of the hostages. And the music stops, and then he falls and he's dead. I love that movie, but I think the bad guys at the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark,
Yep.
hell, all the Indiana Jones
They all
villains
die
better
horribly.
than Hans Gruber.
Mm-hmm.
Like when fucking Molaram falls off that fucking bridge and then gets eaten by an alligator.
Yeah.
That's way more gnarly than Hans Gruber's.
When what's his face drinks out of the Holy Grail.
Oh,
his face
what's his
melts
face?
off.
Choose, but choose wisely.
Walter, he chose poorly. Walter Donovan.
Or when the fucking Predator rips Billy's fucking spine and skull out of his body.
Oh,
Yeah.
Billy.
What was Jim Carrey doing in the 80s?
Oh, Jim.
Living
Carrey.
Color.
He wasn't relevant yet.
In living color.
I think some Bond villains had some pretty gnarly deaths too, like Robert Davi, the guy that got lit on fire from License to Kill. That was a pretty gnarly
Who's
death.
the worst Bond villain, Jeff?
Yep.
You mean like worst as in evil or worst as in
Both.
shit? The worst as in shit has got to be the guy from Quantum of Solace, Dominic Green.
Yeah.
His evil plot is to neglect water usage for people in South America. So while that may be a very realistic plot on film, it's boring.
That was just his portion. There was more shit going all over the world. But yeah,
They dropped that though quick, dude. You know they stopped the whole Quantum because Quantum was going to be Spectre.
Right.
And then you get Spectre, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, and then
well,
they just made Quantum like their fucking subset or whatever.
It was, Quantum of Solace is
subset.
the worst Daniel Craig Bond.
Quantum of
Solace
Solace
is
is
shit.
underrated. It is underrated. I think it gets a lot of flack, but I like Quantum of Solace a lot.
Is it? Do you like it more than any other Daniel Craig movie?
Well, of course not, dude.
That's all I said. I didn't say it's the worst Bond. I just said it's the worst Daniel Craig.
Oh,
movie.
Yeah, that's what I say. It's the worst Daniel Craig Bond.
I mean, I'm gonna put. I like Spectre, Skyfall, Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace.
Right. Oh, yeah.
No. And you asked me who's the best Bond villain? Not Goldfinger. I don't know.
It's definitely
Goldfinger.
you had Dr. No.
Dr. No was pretty cool.
Yeah, Goldfinger's the best though, because he's like his motivations are
Gold.
he wants fucking money and gold, and the dude has a crazy awesome plan to do it.
But I think Blofeld was more effective as a villain because he actually hurt James Bond. He's like James Bond's Green Goblin. The Green Goblin killed Gwen Stacy and figured out Spider-Man.
But they turned him into a fucking cartoon character. Like I get.
By Diamonds Are Forever, is that what you're talking about? They turned him into a cartoon character? Yeah, when he was dressed in drag. I'm going by on Her Majesty's Secret Service when, he's badass and he's fucking in that bobsled and shit.
I mean, and you can even go. My favorite with him is in Thunderball when you don't see him. He's just sitting and he fucking burns that dude with the electric chair. I mean, he started out awesome, but then obviously later on in the series he became a goddamn cartoon character. It was just that's the only reason I don't think that he's better.
Dr. Kananga's a pretty shitty Bond villain.
Yeah. Oh God.
I mean, I'm gonna smuggle some opium. Let me make everyone think this island is controlled by voodoo.
Yeah, it's pretty shitty.
I'll say this though, the Man with the Golden Gun is a pretty awesome Bond villain because he's like if James Bond was, working for money instead of working for the government. And I think some of the best villains are always the flip side of the good character,
Right.
I mean, when you got like Darth Vader and Luke, they're completely opposite.
Right.
But they're completely different. But,
Would you say
Bond
the only thing about that? I don't mean to interrupt you, but since you brought that up, I guess for argument's sake, since you said that, I guess you can say in Star Wars and in Empire Strikes Back, yeah, they're opposite. But is the Emperor his polar opposite, his true enemy?
I think how philosophical do I want to be? Because I think Luke Skywalker's greatest enemy would be himself. Because remember, he can give in to the dark side. The Emperor's just like that guy. He's like an enabler. Like, come on, man, you can do it. But Luke has to take that hit.
Jedi.
And if Luke...
Well, pick up the phone, for fuck's sake.
What the fuck was that?
Yeah, anyway, I don't know, man, because I think Luke is dabbling in the dark side by the time Return of the Jedi rolls around. I think I don't know, giving into his vice would be his greatest enemy.
Well, I think that my only thing about that is, and it counts because it is an 80s movie, but I think even when you start watching Return of the Jedi, I think you know that he's going to make the right decision, especially seeing as how his whole motivation is to save his dad. And plus, that's why I think that the Emperor is his true opposite, because you see Darth Vader starting to turn back towards the light and starting to think about
every decision he ever had, like those kids on Coruscant and those burritos on Tatooine. No.
Ew. How would Darth Vader eat a burrito?
Slowly.
Like Matt Hardy?
through a straw.
He had to make it through a shake. It's a burrito.
Yeah, but Dion, do you think Darth Vader has a cool villain death? I think he has a lame villain death.
It's pretty shitty. I mean, obviously, I think the story changed by the time that they were editing Empire, and and so they weren't going to have him have a crazy ass death, and it was very lackluster. All the crazy shit he did, and he gets to die in his son's arms. It's like, fuck you, dude. You genocided an entire planet, but you get to die peacefully in your son's arms. Fuck you.
I mean, what do you expect? What did you want them to do, Dion?
Cut off his fucking head.
Well, I mean,
burn alive.
He turned. Technically,
he already burned alive.
Technically, he turned to the light side after when he killed the power.
He found redemption.
He had redemption.
He found redemption. He got away with it.
I think his redemption was a little convenient and really quick. Return of the Jedi, it's like could have been split into two movies to have better character development. It's like, oh my god, we got like 40 minutes to end this. You're a good guy now, Darth Vader. Let's pick up the pace and
and saving your son, albeit noble, it's the fastest way to get the audience on your side. Like, you forget that he fucking tortured his daughter. Like, he saves his son, but he tortured. Like, even though that wasn't his daughter at the time that they were making the movie. In retrospect, he fucking watched as his daughter was tortured.
And now, Your Highness, and he gives her the fucking medical.
Yeah, and it's like you, and that's why I love Darth Vader as a villain. You don't even have to take away Episode 6. He's a fucking crazy sociopath. Like, no, you can say whatever you want, but he may not be, in my opinion, Luke's polar opposite, but he's a fucking evil bastard, and he conveniently got away with all of that because he got electrocuted, and his son's like, oh, but you already have, Luke. I'd be like, fucking drag that dude in the court. He fucking murdered my entire fucking family.
And the younglings.
Anakin, not the younglings.
And he fucking force choked his wife. Like, what more? He fucking tortured the kid. He fucking cut his son's hand off. He choked his wife, which, a lot of Americans...
And she was pregnant with the baby.
Right, a lot of Americans can relate to it.
You've got to get
all the Jedi.
And discipline them.
Right, exactly. Corporal punishment. They fucking deserve it. But Darth Vader's an evil... and he got away with every single bit of it.
No, he didn't, because he's dead.
No, he's not, man. He became one with the Force. He gets eternal life on the light side.
Yeah, he fucking dies, and he gets to stand next to his master and Yoda. Like, what the fuck? Like, he don't even go to hell. He doesn't even get to go to hell, man. Fuck that guy. Fuck Darth Vader. Fuck you. I don't forgive you for shit, Vader. Fuck you.
So guys, I'm looking at a list of the 25 greatest action films of all time, right? The Avengers is number 23.
Whoa.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Of course, Die Hard's number 1.
Because Die Hard.
Yeah.
And then Raiders of the Lost Ark is number 2.
I can get on board with that.
I agree with this
And
list
then-
so far.
And then Joel, Aliens is number 3.
Nothing like seeing a bunch of Marines getting fucking toasted by aliens.
Did you see that in theaters?
Yes.
Colonial Marines,
love
sir.
it?
Colonial Marines.
U.S.
Anyway,
thank you.
no, yeah.
I just
think
don't
it's a
look
good
at
list.
something.
It's a good list. What
So
else is...
so far we got 3 good picks.
And then Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior.
Oh, yeah.
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 Terminator 2.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The Matrix.
5?
Lethal Weapon 7. No, Matrix is 6. Lethal Weapon 7.
Wow.
If only The Losers was number 6.
One day.
Was it
I will
even
make a
on the
list.
is it list?
No!
No. RoboCop is number 8.
Yes.
The Bourne Ultimatum is number 9.
Is that the
I
third
would say
Bourne
9.
movie?
Good.
Yeah.
War Ultimatum's good.
And then here's an interesting one, guys. Enter the Dragon, number 10.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised the Raid's not up in the top 15. Raid 2, I mean.
It's on this list. I already looked at the whole list.
Nice.
I love Enter the Dragon.
I like
That,
it.
to me, is like the perfect premise to an action movie. You take your guys to an isolated location, crazy shit happens, the best survives, end of the movie. I mean, Predator's like that, Die Hard's like that. I really like isolated, claustrophobic action movies because I don't want... That's the one drawback about Indiana Jones films. They take place over such huge distances and vistas and all this other horseshit. It's like, sometimes I want to see a dude trapped in an office building fight off 32 terrorists. That to me is more intense. It's more visceral. It's not like Indiana Jones can go chill out in the desert and, survive and hide away from the Nazis.
Or you mean get on the back of a submarine and somehow hold his breath for like 2,000 miles?
Yep, because, Harrison Ford's that awesome.
I agree.
All right, guys. Number 11 is Hard Boiled. I've never seen this.
I haven't either.
Which one is
Never heard
that?
of it.
It's John Woo directed it. Stars Chow Yun-fat, Tony Chu Hua Liang.
Oh, that's the
all
one.
name.
It's not the prequel, but it's like essentially the same as that the one that Chow Yun-fat did in America, the fucking where he's a hitman or whatever, and
Replacement
yes,
Killers.
it's basically the Replacement Killers.
All right, guys. Number 12 is True Lies, which is a movie we haven't talked about yet. That
That
is
is
a
a
great
great
movie.
I
movie.
was number 12, but it's a great movie.
Didn't we watch it during WrestleMania weekend, Dion?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we did watch that.
I had said, I haven't seen this movie, the whole one, in a long time, and then boom, it was on TV that afternoon. Perfect.
Right after we had In-N-Out Burger.
Oh my god,
Yes.
we're doing that soon. That's the manliest fucking meal you can have. In-N-Out Burger followed by
True Lies.
True Lies.
Yeah, and it's three dudes eating it and watching it.
Blah, blah, blah. So Predator was number 13. I think we've all spouted our love off of Predator. We all love it. Here we go. A movie I wasn't going to bring up. Number 14, Speed.
It's
I
not
was gonna
number
bring it up.
14.
Die Hard on a Bus.
It literally is.
Why can't
A
Speed
very
2 be on
bad
the
version
list?
of Die Hard on a bus.
Dude, Speed 2, Dan. Have you ever seen Speed 2 Cruise
It's-
Control?
Fucking garbage.
It has Willem Dafoe putting leeches on himself in a bathroom prey.
Fucking
It is
stupid.
fucking retarded.
Which is the weirdest porn ever.
Someone will watch it.
I'm turned on now.
Hey.
Okay, number 15 is Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I don't think this movie should be on
It
the
never
should
seen
be.
it.
It's a great fucking movie, and the fight scene between the two chicks over the sword is amazing.
I have this movie on, what was that little PlayStation portable format called?
PSP.
UMD.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I have that movie on UMD.
What?
Yeah, I paid like $1 for it. I've only watched
Pull
it.
out your
It is
PSP.
long. It is long, but there's a reason why it won an Oscar.
It's shorter than Die Hard.
Is it?
Hey, there's diversity.
It's shorter than
Shut up,
Aliens.
Joe.
It's shorter than Terminator 2. It's shorter than The Matrix.
Damn.
It's not that long of a
It
movie.
feels long.
It's shorter. Oh my god, True Lies is the longest movie on this list. 141
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah, it definitely. It's crazy.
Dude, it's only 4 minutes shorter than Speed, or 4 minutes longer than Speed.
Damn.
Didn't go that fast.
It just shut up. All right, back to this list. Number 16 is First Blood.
Good movie.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
17 is The Rock.
17?
18 is
to The
Face
Rock.
Off.
Jesus Christ.
19 is Kill Bill.
Fuck that.
Number 20 is The Raid Redemption. That was a great movie.
I think 2 is better than 1, but I love The Raid. The first one's great.
Number 21, Dion, Casino Royale.
Wait, what? 21?
Yeah, I don't even think it's the best Bond movie. It doesn't have that much action.
See,
It's got
Exactly.
nothing.
There's not a lot of, outside of the very beginning and then the
middle
plane
part.
scene. There's so much dead space in between action scenes. I don't think that 21. That's amazing. Holy
It's like our wrestling podcast episode. There's just so much dead air. I couldn't
Up
even
until
use it.
about number 15 on this list, it was fine, and then it started like joling off here.
Oh,
You verbed him. Okay, guys, here's a movie I don't think should be on this list because I think it sucks. Top Gun.
Top Gun.
No, Top Gun definitely should be on the list. It's not 22, but
Tim Robbins is in Top Gun.
Yeah.
yeah, he's the what's the fucking pilot's name? Goddamn I can't remember his name, but yeah, he's
It's not Iceman.
no.
Hey, do you remember when we used to tell
Merlin.
Toph used
Is
to
it
tell everyone
Merlin?
his dad was in Top Gun?
I don't think he's Merlin. Oh, no, he might be Merlin. Yeah.
I could just click on this
I will
link and
tell
tell
you
you who
it
it is.
for you since I don't normally,
Yeah,
I
fact
don't normally
checker.
do
'Cause
anything else.
I'm lazy. All right, Dion. Number 23 is The Avengers.
Ooh, I think that fits. I think definitely
That is the longest movie.
definitely
on this
being in the
list.
top 25 is correct.
All right, here's a film none of us have seen. Where Eagles Dare, 1968.
Never heard of it.
Fuck is
Allied agents stage a daring raid on a castle where the Nazis are holding an American general prisoner, but it's not all that it's really going on.
I've-
I've seen it.
You
I have.
with Clint
Yep.
Eastwood.
It's actually not a bad movie. It's something that if you happen to see it for $1 somewhere, pick it up.
I'll check it out. I like Nazi movies.
Yeah.
Let's try to find that for
Not
WrestleMania.
movies made by the Nazis, but movies about
Tim
them.
start
Robbins
from
is
WrestleMania.
Merlin.
What was that fact
Tim
checker?
Robbins is Merlin.
Nice.
Thank you. My useless.
Okay, and number 25 on this
list.
list, guys, is Point Break.
What?
The remake.
You're fucking joking, right?
I am fucking joking. It's the original.
Still.
Point,
I said, the
Point
remake's
Break or
not
Bad
even
Boys
out.
2?
How is it on the list already?
The remake came out at Christmas.
Oh, did it?
Well, it's already out of theaters.
Yeah, man.
dude.
Jesus.
Shows
You
how
Jeff,
much
Jeff,
action
you
you
missed-
Jeff, serious question.
Yep.
Point Break or Bad Boys 2?
Which do you think I'd
I mean,
prefer?
which do you want to watch first?
I don't know.
Bad Boys 2.
The box did live up to the hype. It was definitely a something nonstop action rom.
They got a lot of paperwork.
Okay, so for the fan out there, the one fan that's probably kind of an asshole that doesn't get the reference, it's a Hot Fuzz reference. Deal with it.
Boom. Hey guys, so all these action movies, we talked about these great characters, we talked about villains, we talked about deaths. What is the greatest action sequence of any film ever?
Oh, man.
Oh, fuck. The greatest.
I got 3 I'm gonna bring up, and then obviously I want you to bring up.
Okay, I'll bring up my 5 that I came up with.
Okay, well, I got, first off, and we said superhero shit counts if it, is action-oriented, the Spider-Man 2 train sequence. That is awesome.
Yes.
From the fucking top of that clock tower all the way to the end when he stops the train is like the perfect superhero action scene. It doesn't stop. It doesn't have any stupid points in it. I love the Avengers fight in New York, but there are points that you could cut out and it would still be awesome. There's not a single frame of that Spider-Man fight with Doc Ock on the train that I'd cut out. Secondly, and I don't know, this is, to me, it's just as good. It's the Indiana Jones truck chase from the Raiders of the Lost Ark. When he is chasing down the Ark, and he's on that fucking horse, and he fights those dudes, and like throws them off, or like swerves the truck, and hits the dudes on the motorcycle. To me, that is awesome. The music's awesome, the action's awesome, and it's perfect. And then Die Hard itself.
Just the whole movie.
Its entire movie's one
Die
action scene.
Hard was the action.
That one is very hard to argue.
I thought so. I just wanted a guaranteed victory. But what do you guys have? Name some other action scenes that blow you away.
I got one that
fight scene.
Dion was talking about earlier. The mechs versus the humans in the Matrix movie.
I own those movies and I've never watched them. I actually have the Matrix 2 on a Spanish VHS tape.
Damn. That is very meta.
I got it for $0.25 at Big Lots.
All right,
Sold
gentlemen.
some money to them.
Makes sense. I had the kitchen fight scene in the Raid 2. That's by far the greatest fight scene I think ever put to film. I almost had the fight scene for Daredevil where he's fighting down the hallway to get that little boy. That was a great fight scene.
Oh, on the TV show? That was
It's a great scene.
Is that a single take? That thing, I lost. I was like, oh! I took my breath away. That was fucking phenomenal.
And then when he's fucking beat up, and then he just does that like flip kick to the dude when he's clearly like he cannot take any more punishment. That was like my favorite. That was an exclamation point on that scene.
That's the proof that you can take superhero or comic book shit into the real world and make it extreme.
Exactly.
I mean, you got shit like Guardians of the Galaxy, which is really family friendly and fun for everybody. Then you got shit like Daredevil, which is fucking grim. I mean, a dude gets his head smashed off by a car door. Daredevil is like what a superhero would be like in real life, as opposed to that friendly shit. And it's awesome that in the same universe, they all acknowledge the violent shit and the kid friendly shit.
Yep.
You know, it's a good time to live and be a superhero fan. Anyway, sorry.
And then I had, obviously for me, the one what beat it out was. Not beat it off, but beat it out. Was the fight scene for the Raid 2. I mean, even from the beginning where they're in the kitchen and he walks in, the guy's standing there, and everyone's working in the kitchen. They stop and they look and they just walk out. And then you go on to watch. What's this, like 8 minutes, 10 minutes of two dudes beating the absolute fucking shit out of one another in the kitchen. I mean, it's awesome. It's one of the best action scenes put to film, and it was done by a dude named Gareth. So that's awesome.
Good.
What else we got, guys?
Well, for me, I mean, one of the most iconic scenes I've seen, at least recently, when Winter Soldier, when Cap is escaping from headquarters.
Oh, and he's in the fucking
Yeah,
elevator?
it starts in the elevator.
That's
it goes
the one.
down to the
Not
loft.
their fight scene.
Dude, the elevator. It starts with a fight in the elevator, him crashing through the lobby. Then you've got the escape start after that, dude. Just that scene all running together through his escape. It's fucking badass.
It is good, but their fight scene is so much better.
Brian, Winter Soldier is the only superhero movie that makes me consider liking it more than Spider-Man 2. And Spider-Man 2 has had 12 years for me to enjoy it, but Winter Soldier is that fucking awesome.
It's a great movie, Brian. It's a great choice, man.
I love that movie. I hope Civil War can be half as good as that. And
you know me. fucking like I'm not a huge fan of Captain America, but they're. I mean, that's arguably my favorite Marvel movie is Winter Soldier. I love it.
Winter Soldier is stupid badass. I mean, you can't say anything bad about that movie for real.
It just sucks that the first Captain America is not as good as that.
Or that might be a good thing, because I know everyone talks about how sequels, the first one's always better. I mean, that's one of the few where the sequel is light years better than the original. I mean, it's Winter Soldier. I mean, I think that especially by that time, comic book movies were starting to get a little stale. And I mean, even though we have the whole shine of being at WrestleMania when we saw it, but that movie literally fucking put life back into the comic book genre. It kept it from being stale, man. It was fucking awesome.
I don't think you could have an honest discussion about why the first Captain America is superior. It's not. In no way is it.
It's not, but it's still an amazing movie.
I'll give it a
It's
good.
not amazing.
It's on my lower.
I
It's on
loved
my
it.
lower end of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I liked it. I didn't love it. Especially it's
Same
just
here. I liked it, not loved it.
yeah. I mean,
It was good for what it was.
Hugo Weaving is if you were to call it great, he's the only reason why it would be called, because he's an amazing Red Skull. But yeah, it's
Well, I also give a little credit to the one who played Peggy Carter.
she was
Those
awesome.
boobs. Ruby Carter.
That's the only reason I watched that. Joel, that's the only reason I watched that fucking show. Is because of her.
It is a pretty good show,
I
though.
don't care if people say I'm sexist. Oh, it's a good show. I enjoy it. I think she's a good actor. But she's fine, and that's why I watched the show.
Her English, her dialect of English, how clear and clean it is, I like that.
Accent, Joel, not dialect.
Shut your pie hole, man.
Don't be a jabroni, Joel. Joel, tell me about an action scene that you love.
Oh, man.
If you can't think of one, Phil, you go, or
My
Brian, you go.
entire
again.
movie was the action scene.
Did you see Die Hard in theaters when it initially came out?
I saw every movie you brought up that I've seen in theaters.
I saw Die Hard in theaters when it first came out. My mom was pregnant with me when it came out, and she saw it that weekend. So, boom. That counts.
All right, Matt. So I'm gonna sound like a superhero film at this, but my next one's gonna go to Guardians of the Galaxy, the prison scene.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And I've seen that movie. I saw it once. So give me a quick refresher. I know they're trying to escape.
All right, check this out.
What happens action-wise in the set pieces?
All right. So they're discussing the plan to get out, and while they're discussing it, is Rocket's going on about how important it is. The last thing we grab is the battery off of the guard tower. Groot's fucking ass goes and rips the battery off the goddamn tower, which ensues pure chaos. Suddenly you have guards racing in. You've got everybody scrambling to get the pieces they need for this weapon that Rocket's trying to piece together. And you've got inmates fighting guards. You got inmates fighting the Guardians. You've just got fights everywhere. Everybody's fighting. Everybody's getting fucked up. And the entire time you have Star-Lord trying to bribe this jackass for his fake leg.
I just remember the part where he goes, I didn't need the leg. It was a joke or whatever. Yeah. Hey, Dan, does Hot Fuzz have any memorable scenes for you?
Oh, that entire ending. The last, half hour of the movie is just pure action, and it's
the house up
glorious.
His ass. The model house up his ass. Come on now.
Now, Dan, humor me for a second. Do you feel that a lot of American audiences don't have the attention span to appreciate Hot Fuzz for how great it truly is?
For 1 second, I will humor you. Yes.
Okay, cool. No, I just think a lot of people watch that movie and are bored by it.
They'll get bored because the first half of the movie's kind of slow build up.
It's character development. It's what
great.
we need in movies. Once you get though to that midpoint where it's like, oh shit, there's a murder mystery going on, it starts to get more intriguing, and then the ending's just balls to the wall crazy.
And then they do paperwork.
Lots
How many other movies do you get to watch where a landmine explodes and not be in the water?
It's true.
That's true. I can only think of another movie with a landmine, and it's
Tropic Thunder is the only one I can think of.
That movie was so bad it was funny.
I love Tropic Thunder.
It is so bad it's good.
To me, that's the third best movie of 2008.
Third best.
Yeah, dude. Dark Knight, Iron Man. You can change.
Oh yeah,
one or
yeah.
two,
You're right.
And then Tropic Thunder.
You're right. Yes.
Because Star Trek didn't come out till 2009.
That's right.
Now, are we going to count anything from Star Wars in action
Oh,
sequences?
It's
'Cause, I
sci-fi
mean,
action.
I thought we were just going to exclude Star
Fuck
Wars
yeah, we
from this
do. Are you
episode
kidding?
altogether.
The battle for the Death Star, both of them, those are two of the
Oh.
best action sequences in movies.
Oh yeah, Battle of Yavin to me is phenomenal. That is the only movie scene that gives me like goosebumps at the end every time when the fucking drums beat and they're like, is he gonna make it? I've seen this movie 500 times. He always makes it, but shit, he might not make it this time I watch it. So it's
It
exciting.
gets a special cut
This
just
one
for
time.
just 500th time to watch it.
Oh my god, when I hit 500, Luke blows up and all the other movies disintegrate.
Yep.
I ain't watching Star Wars
Except
anymore.
in the world
It's gonna be like
No,
Back to the
fuck
It's
you.
gonna be like Back to the Future where you're looking at it in the picture and then Empire and fucking Return of the Jedi just disappear.
No!
Oh my god. What do I gotta do to bring him back?
You have to go back in
I call
time
Chris-
and stop yourself.
I call Christopher Lloyd. I'm like, I need help. He's like, I'm not a doctor. I'm just
That
an
was a
actor.
movie.
I'm like, damn it, Doc, you don't understand. Star Wars is being wiped from existence, and I gotta
Great
go
Scott.
back.
Marty,
I don't know
get my pot.
I have another scene.
If we're not gonna-
My other scene was the shootout in Heat.
I've seen that movie one time, and I forgot it completely. So
Hooray!
I'm gonna acknowledge it's probably awesome.
It's a great movie, and the shootout is, in my opinion, one of the most realistic ways that a shootout would happen. It's loud, you can't hear shit, and I think it's one of the best action sequences in movies, bar none.
Where would you put a Beverly Hills Cop action sequence?
I think the highest one is going to be the cigarette truck, because obviously it's the most action oriented of the action scenes.
Even over Victor Maitland's mansion?
Yeah, because it's
On Palm Canyon Road?
yes, but those are so lighthearted. I mean, you have fucking fucking Billy making a fucking Billy and the Sundance fucking reference, and Taggart's being funny, and they fall over if they're doing the fucking sit on each other's shoulders thing, and Axel's laughing, and it's a great sequence, but it's definitely not one of the best.
I say once the music... I think the way Beverly Hills Cop 1 and 2 worked is there was that musical cue that hit, and then it was like, oh, the shit's about to go down. And then it became an action movie.
Right, but there was no real, for me, there wasn't any real discussion as far as is Axel gonna, I mean, from the beginning of the sequence, when he's breaking in and he fucking tells Taggart, you want to fucking shoot me, but I'm going in, and he's gonna succeed. I mean, there's no way that fucking both, and then too, fucking all the bad guys are fucking idiots. I mean, there's not a better way to portray a really smart good guy against really dumb bad guys. And fucking Victor Maitland was fucking stupid bringing that chick to his own fucking house, let alone letting his dudes shoot at fucking cops. I mean, it's a great sequence, don't get me wrong, but it's definitely not one of the best.
His ego got the best of him.
For sure.
I love to see Victor Maitland get shot, though. It's so... They shoot him, 9 or 10 times, and then he falls down the stairs.
Plus, like, Jenny being a badass, just fucking elbowing him and getting the fuck out of... Like, she's probably the smartest female in any action movie, as far as not being part of it, because she's just like, bang, and fucking bails.
It's funny, you can bring that movie up into discussions about positive characters. I mean, you got a great representation of a black dude. I told you I wrote that paper on it in college. Axel Foley's awesome. And she's not like a cliched damsel in distress. I mean, people bitch about the first Star Wars. Oh, Princess Leia got captured. You're held at gunpoint.
Right.
Unless this is the new fucking Star Wars movie where the chick can't do wrong, she shits gold bricks. Everything that happens to these other people is realistic because they're held at gunpoint. I mean, if somebody's like, go in this car and I'm held at gunpoint, I'm going to do it. I'm not just going to magically use the Force and make the car turn into a rainbow or some bullshit. It's just, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm getting off on a tangent. I hate that fucking movie so much. I try not to think about it.
All right.
I don't blame you. I like it, but it's definitely not, because it's Star Wars is the only reason I like it. I mean, why is she so overpowered? What the fuck?
Because she's a woman.
That's not why, goddamn.
Because she's on her
Yeah,
goddamn
it is.
period.
That's not why. Fucking they fucking the black dude does no wrong. It's not because he's fucking black. It's because he's a goddamn main character.
Wait, hey, Dia, does he really not do anything wrong?
Half
Because
the
at the end
movie
of the day,
he wants to run away with his tail between his legs until
The
he
only
hits the
person-
ball.
And then he goes
And then
back
at the
to
end of the
say-
day, he's a fucking... No, and then at the end of the day, he's a fucking janitor. Talk about a slap
But
in the
he's a
face.
janitor.
It's like, oh, I'll be this
Alright.
great hero, but I'm a
Gentlemen.
fucking
But the
janitor.
janitor comes up with the plan to fucking destroy
Fucking-
the greatest threat since the Death Star. Come on.
It's cool,
Because he
guys.
has the behind
We've
the
got
scene
the
now.
Star Wars thing out.
That's true. You're right.
Yeah,
We're
we're
not
doing-
gonna. You're right.
Okay. Anyway,
But Brian, to be fair, it was only me, Dan, and Nick.
yes,
That's
we've
true.
been
Our
arguing
listeners
Star
have
Wars
never-
for the past 3 weeks, gentlemen.
Our listener has, and that's why, because it brings the clicks. Nobody's ever heard Dion's take on Star Wars.
That's true. Holy shit. That's true. I wasn't a part of that episode. Yeah.
For me.
Yeah, there was.
It's just-
I rescind my let's shut the fuck up and let's give it back to Dion then.
Yeah, Dion.
For Star Wars.
Yeah, just fuck that movie. I mean, that goddamn piece of
The
shit.
only reason I like it is because it's a Star Wars movie. For me, and I don't care.
Is it the worst Star
And I
Wars
know
movie?
that fucking our homeboy Max Landis got a lot of shit for this. And I know that, obviously some of the comments didn't like what you guys had to say. But as far as her being the main character, you're 100% right. She's way too overpowered. And I don't care that she's a woman. Even if it was a guy, do not fucking tell me it makes sense that Luke Skywalker, who had to go through training and get his ass whooped, could magically figure out a way to do a Jedi mind trick. That doesn't make any sense.
You know what somebody told me? Someone said she was possessed by the Force.
Oh, shut the fuck up. That person deserves to get punched in the dick. And
That person that told you that is a fucking idiot and has never watched a Star Wars movie.
Because the
that
Force
wasn't
doesn't
pretty.
give a flying.
it doesn't make decisions on its own.
The best way that I would say is that she was trained. Crybaby Ben turned dark and killed the other ones, and Luke wiped her memory to hide her.
Yeah, that was a theory I heard.
That was a theory, but it doesn't make sense.
Fan theories are all
It
fucking
doesn't make
wrong,
sense.
Okay, every fan
That
theory
does not
is wrong.
work because Ben does not recognize her when he walks in. He does not recognize her. She does not recognize him, which means they don't fucking know one another. So the fact
But
that
but Han and Leia act like we know you.
that's her. Whether it's Luke's.
That's not part of the movie, though, Joel. That's part of this whole, we have to build this woman character
Right.
up because the producer, Kathleen Kennedy, has a stick up her ass. So she's on a fucking quest to make Star Wars appeal to more women because that's what she works on, and she's got to feel like she's a fucking role model when she's really not. You know what you are, Kathleen Kennedy, is you're just a producer. You make movies from behind the scenes. Keep your politics out of these fucking movies. You worked on Back to the Future. You worked on some of the other Star Wars movies. And Indiana Jones, keep your politics to
You're
yourself.
right.
These movies don't live and die by what interests you at the fucking moment. You're not a goddamn celebrity. I don't give a shit what any celebrity wants to do for fun. Your work and your personal life are two separate things. Don't let them bleed over. I don't give a shit about your current causes because you know what? In 20 years, people are gonna wake up and realize that this movie is not that great. I think a lot of people realize
It's
it
not.
now.
Yeah, it's not going to
The
be 20
fucking
years.
hype-
It's going to be 2 or 3 because.
The hype is dead for this movie, I think, already. Is what I'm
Yeah,
trying
I
to get at.
think it
People
is.
are waking up. I'm so happy, but it already made all this money. So I think Episode 8 is gonna. I think Episode 8 has to be reworked because I know they pushed the date.
Yes.
And they'll tell
And then
you
they
it's
push all
just-
that bullshit
they'll tell-
out about it's going to be really, really dark. They didn't say that shit before. They're saying it now because even if you want to make, and again, I'm progressive. I'm a dude that I agree with that shit. If you want to make a movie that leans towards women being a bigger part of the movie, look at Mad Max Fury Road. That's how you do that movie. You don't fucking make it to where it's a detriment to the fucking story. It makes sense to me that that Rey can handle herself, with that staff. That makes sense. But the fact that even if that dumb fucking theory that she was trained by that fucking German dude in the camp, it does not make sense because one, Ben is by far better trained than her, point blank.
Can we just call him Kylo Ren? Because every time you say Ben, I think of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, my bad. Kylo Ren is better trained than her. He's trained by Luke and some random fucking Sith Lord character. Even if that you can somehow explain to me, well, she was trained as a kid. So was fucking Kylo Ren, and he had more training from the point she went to Jakar up until they met.
And here's the
Jakku.
thing.
Jakku.
All these fucking fan theories, you have to go by what is presented in the film. I don't give a fuck what you think might happen or could happen because any shitty movie can be explained away. Oh, it could have been this. It's a fan theory. No, fan theories are just ways for one people that they want to feel like they're a part of something that they're really not a part of. I may love Back to the Future, but I'm not a part of that fucking movie. So you know what? I have to accept it and enjoy it for what is on the screen. I don't need fan theories about, is Marty really dead? Has Doc traveled all these times back to save Marty? No. What's on the screen is on the fucking screen. That chick was left on that fucking planet as a kid, and I'll buy that she's trained on a staff and maybe knows how to talk to a droid. She doesn't know how to fly the fucking Millennium Falcon. She doesn't know how to use a lightsaber. She doesn't know the goddamn Jedi mind trick. She doesn't know how to use the Force to grab a lightsaber. It's stupid shit. And I'm going to go as far as to say stupid people are conned by this shit as, it's cool, it's Star Wars. No, Star Wars is a lot more than a lightsaber in the fucking
Not only that,
Watch one of the old goddamn movies.
Going off and going off the lightsaber thing, this Star Wars, it's not Sword in the Stone. It's not a King Arthur fucking movie. It's not fucking magic. The Force is the fact that they made a scene where she touches the fucking lightsaber and she has this vision because this fucking midget bitch with glasses on told her that, hey, touch this fucking thing because I said so and I've been around for 1,000 years. It's like you just offered way more fucking questions than answers. And again, I don't care about the political bullshit. If it hurts the story, it hurts the fucking story. For me, it makes sense.
And I think
it makes sense that Finn can use a lightsaber because they probably train them with weapons. They train stormtroopers with edged weapons. That makes sense to me. If she could use a lightsaber, again, that makes sense. She's had that staff for a long time. I get that shit. But the fact that she's blade locked with Kylo Ren and closes her eyes and the music starts and she's sitting there humming and all that bullshit and can fucking essentially beat a Sith is fucking bullshit. When 15 minutes prior, she's running through the forest and crying the whole goddamn time.
All right.
That doesn't make fucking sense as far as the character. So
I have to say one thing here.
Yeah, even if you go to the next movie, what is there more for them to do? They've already beaten the Empire. She's beaten the fucking Sith.
The bad guy.
All right, let me just jump in for 2 seconds, Dion.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, man. You're right.
I mean, look, dude, you've got an excellent point, but here's my counterpoint to you. Kylo Ren just took a fucking shot from the biggest fucking death machine one can hold in their hands and took it like a fucking G. Took a knee. He took a knee, used as much force power as he could to contain that fucking wound, to get back up and be a fucking man.
That's not an excuse, though, Brian, because she's not skilled in the same
my
combat.
Point
Even if you take the Force
my
away,
point is, he was injured, and his game was not on point because
Darth Vader was injured when he fought
injured.
Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker hit him in the shoulder with a lightsaber. I don't care how much armor he has on. He hit him so hard that it sparks off, and Darth Vader visibly pulls back and yells. And I get it. Kylo Ren's not as strong as Darth Vader. I get that.
And she's not, and this girl's not. But look, at one thing I want to say to both you guys. You're bringing those points up. Luke had trained for a year to 2 years, whatever the time span between Empire and Jedi is. Luke has been a trained Jedi. Yeah. This girl has had a lightsaber and used the Force for a couple.
She found out about it a day before. A day before.
Yeah.
No, I agree with those.
I love how you just pop in.
I agree I agree with your points, both of you gentlemen. I'm just saying that's the only plausible point you can bring up on why she could have even maybe had a chance at beating Kylo is how badly he was injured at the time.
And the only thing you
but why can she use the Jedi mind trick? She doesn't even know what it is.
Thank you. She doesn't even know what that
that'd be like if I started speaking fluent Russian to you right now. I've never learned any Russian. I don't even know anything. I mean, I've heard it in movies. Let's use another language I've never heard. What's a language no one's ever heard in a film?
Aramaic?
Fine, we don't know Aramaic. Let's just say we start speaking it fluently. Oh, because I closed my eyes and I thought really fucking hard. That's the logic behind this fucking movie. She is garbage. And people are so afraid. What?
What I brought up before we started this podcast, the thing that is ruining all genres, comics, movies, and all, millennials and the need to get their money.
With that bullshit. You had the same bullshit in old movies. You had the exact same bullshit in old movies.
Not in the old Star Wars movies.
I mean, you have the whole blaxploitation thing was all about them trying to make a way for actors that aren't in major movies. There are plenty of movies. You have, I mean, even Gone with the Wind, the whole reason that it's all about Hanson is because like, well, we don't have a lot of women in movies. It's not about a millennial thing. The fact of the matter is,
I'm not saying. I'm talking about you have characters like her who are just giving everything and don't earn it.
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
That point I get. That point I can agree with.
That's what I'm saying.
And the thing is, Dion,
I don't want to work for it. Give it to me because I'm the most important character of the movie. Okay, here you go. You're badass. Unstoppable.
It's like a blaxploitation thing, Dion. It was made, like you said, to make black actors that couldn't get into big roles give them a role. The thing, though, is they weren't taking a pre-established universe and turning it on its ear to appease a female demographic. Because, look, Hillary likes Star Wars, and that's cool that she's always liked Star Wars. That's a cool feature about Hillary. I know this lady named Allison. She likes Star Wars. But overall, I don't know a lot of women that liked Star Wars in general. They're trying to just get a female audience to like Star Wars, and they're doing it at the cost of the pre-existing universe. We got to make, like I said to you,
all
Dan,
movies
the other
are doing
day.
that.
I mean,
that's not something that's particular to Star Wars. My thing is,
no, when has James Bond tried to appeal to more women? They haven't. He does the same shit. The only thing they've done to change James Bond is make him more contemporary.
And Die Another Day be, essentially.
Are we really going to use Die Another Day as a positive example?
I'm not saying positive. I didn't say positive. All I'm saying is this is not something that is particular to this decade, like I'll say, of movies. Even so, like I said, Mad Max Fury Road came out the same year.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a good example of how to use.
The reason that they went. Fucking George Miller went to women's activists and said, "How can I make a movie about a female character that kind of is pushing that progressive idea?" And they did it, and they did it perfectly.
And no one's bitching about that movie on the show because it's a great movie. That was movie of the year in my opinion, and it didn't fucking matter because it wasn't like. Here's the thing with Princess Leia, with Ripley, with other female characters. It's not like in your face. I'm this chick first. It's I'm a character. I'm competent. I can do what I can do. It doesn't matter my sex.
They earn it, and to put it in Joel's frame of mind, they earn.
Yeah, well, like Princess Leia is completely. She can shoot she shoots a better shot than Luke Skywalker. Yeah. She handles more stormtroopers on the Death Star than anyone but Han Solo. But
they weren't interested in any type of feminist agenda in the original Star Wars. She was just that character. She was balls to the wall. Get out of my face. I'm gonna shoot your ass. I don't want to deal with your petty bullshit, Solo.
George Lucas has said that. I mean, that's that was what Leia was the female edition.
George Lucas has also gone on record to say like, oh, I had 9 movies planned out in the beginning and all this other shit. So I don't listen to him. But I'll say this: even she is like she kills Jabba the Hutt, the guy that Han Solo can't escape through the galaxy. He can escape like Darth Vader and shit. He can't escape Jabba the Hutt, though. She can kill Jabba the Hutt, and it feels natural.
Right.
For Rey to even fight, in the first 10 minutes, Princess Leia can handle her own shit because she takes out stormtroopers. It's like, there's one set for stun. No, she kills the dude and then gets captured. It's not like, oh, don't hurt me. Like, Rey is like, oh, they only gave me so much food and I'm going to cry and all this other shit. It's like, no, just be cool. Like,
then you're leaving. I'm going to run off into the forest and cry.
Well, I know how to run. Don't touch my hand. I know how to run, motherfucker.
Yeah, that line pissed me the fuck off. If you want to talk about, you said no agenda, Dion. It's literally in the fucking movie with that line right there. I rolled my eyes so hard. There's no subtext because it's right on the it's in your face. And like I said earlier about being stupid, how could people not see that? I'm not trying to read into it. It smacked me in the face, and I didn't like it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that it fucking. You can do, even if that's the way that even if that's the agenda, you can do it to where it fucking benefits the story, and it doesn't in Star Wars. It just fucking, and I'm not even not sorry about the shit. It just fucking doesn't. I mean, you have Finn, he's running, he goes to save his fucking white girlfriend that he wants to bang at the end of the movie, and he faces the bad guy and gets his ass kicked. Like...
And like you said, my biggest point is, where are they going to go? This girl is a Mary Jane, or a Mary Sue, and I can honestly say, We recorded our episode before Max Landis ever tweeted out about Mary
Goddamn
Sue
right.
shit.
Goddamn right.
And I have it on record. I brought it up first. I'm not saying he copied me because clearly he's never heard the episode. But my point is, it's not a Max Landis phrase. It's out there in the world. I knew about it. I brought it to the table in our Star Wars episode. And and it's just getting to a point where it's like so fucking. I just can't believe people are enjoying it.
Like I said, I like it because it's Star Wars. It looked great. It
You've changed your opinion though, because you were a lot more down on it when I came.
I was, and I've had time to think about it. But if anything, it's made me more angry. And even so, at the crux of the matter, Kylo Ren is strong enough in the dark side. He can stop a fucking blaster bolt in midair. That guy's not losing to a bitch who found out about the Force 2 days beforehand. That's not happening.
You know how they could really earn my respect back in this new Star Wars? If they kill her. Just flat out kill her.
You know that's not going to happen.
I know it's not going to happen, but I'm saying
kill her. Don't kill her. Let her get her... I want her arm gone. I want a leg gone.
Oh, Dion, she won't lose a fucking body part. She'll get a little scar on her face. I'm calling it right now. 2 or 3 years before this movie comes out, she's going to get a little scar over her left eye, and that's going to be her fucking badge of honor. She's not going to lose an arm like Anakin or a hand like Luke Skywalker. No.
Legs like Anakin. We got to
make her so much more
powerful.
powerful.
I say all of her limbs like Anakin.
But that's a little different because they were both fighting for good at the time. Anakin, when he was already Darth Vader, I'm not trying to get it.
When he lost his arm, he was good.
Yeah, what I'm saying, he lost his arm from his elbow down, and Luke lost his head. That's what I was getting at. No, but she has got to be superior to every male character, but she can't face the trials and tribulations that a male character will face. She will not suffer or go through anything. She, like you said, Joel, she will just be handed everything. It's the millennial mentality, but it's not. I don't think that's why it is the way it is in the film. I think it's just bad story writing, and I think there's an agenda behind Star Wars. And like I said, Star Wars. Rogue One's gonna do it too because the lead's some lady, and Disney movies and shit like that. I don't get it though. Disney owns Marvel, Disney owns Star Wars. Marvel is a very equal opportunity employer. Black Widow is just one of the boys on the team. And in many ways, she does more important things, like in Age of Ultron. She's the one that gets the cradle, causes it to blow up, and get the Vision's body back. But then people bitch that she gets kidnapped by Ultron. It's like, you can't have... You know what I'm saying?
Well, right. No, I get that. Like you're on the fucking boat with the bad guy. Whoever is there is getting fucking kidnapped. I get your argument there. And even so, even if the people complain, fucking Scarlet Witch controls half the goddamn team. You got fucking Agent Carter, who arguably is one of the most important characters in the Marvel universe. I mean, going off of Marvel, they know how to bring that progressive mindset to the screen and make it make sense. Star Wars does not fucking do it.
I wouldn't even call it a progressive mindset. I would just call it a current day mindset. Because I don't think they're being progressive. I think they're actually giving you a good representation of a nice male, female, black, white balance.
Yeah, because if
it was Star Wars, it's like...
Because if it was progressive, Rey would be transgender.
All right, hold on.
Well, no, I meant in Marvel in general.
Calm down. We know you bang some he-boy girl in Japan. Don't be getting all excited.
So Marvel's leading ladies are exactly that. They are leading ladies. They are strong. They are competent. They know how to get the damn job done, and they know when to step back and let somebody else do something they can't handle.
Yeah, you don't see Scarlet Witch trying to take on, or not Scarlet Witch, Scarlett Johansson take on Loki with Thor's hammer or something stupid. They're not like, you know what I'm saying?
She didn't even stand up in the movie to try to lift the hammer. You guys, that's all you guys.
Right.
She knows.
She's the only one that actually beats Loki intellectually. She's the one that she fucking lulls him into telling what the plan is. They couldn't do that shit. The men can do that shit. That's the perfect way of doing it. Is she beats Loki with her mind? Like that's fucking. She does that in the comic books. That's
still
you do it.
Accent.
That helps the fucking story.
Accents don't goddamn matter, Joel. Quit your bitching.
Thank you.
It doesn't help.
So you can do James Bond without an accent.
If you're a reformed Russian agent, you're not going to talk with a goddamn Russian accent after working for S.H.I.E.L.D. for fucking 10 years. You're just not going to do it, dude. Get over it.
And why would they train you to keep a Russian accent even when she was in the Red Room? You want to blend in. She has to speak to people when she's on a mission, so you don't want to be like, oh, I'm Russian right off the fucking bat. And
they even mention it in the comic books, Joe. They talk about how she can mask her accent.
She does. Yeah, she can do that, but in the comics, they also write her as if she's speaking still with a Russian accent.
But that's speaking Russian. That's not with an accent.
I mean, no, speaking with a Russian accent.
It's written word, dude. You could put it in however you want.
And when they had the first Avengers, Mighty Avengers cartoon, that version had her with the Russian accent, and then after the movie, they made a new cartoon. They got rid of it.
I mean, there are a lot of cartoons where they changed how the characters speak. I don't know if cartoons are the end-all, be-all.
It was basically the same cartoon. I don't know. It was like before the movie and after the movie.
Well, in Spider-Man, they're all from New York. In the cartoon, none of them have a New York accent.
Not a damn one.
They're born in New York. They're all New Yorkers.
Thankfully, they didn't do it in the movies either, except that shitty Andrew Garfield one. No, but Brian, you're right about it's just the Marvel movies are doing everything right, and this new Star Wars is horse shit.
Honestly, when it comes to the new Star Wars, man, you know what I want to see? I want to see Finn. I want to see Finn awaken. I want to see Finn start training. I want to see Finn become the badass Jedi he's meant to be.
He's not going to be a badass Jedi. I'm trying to tell you now. Set yourself up for disappointment. He's not going to be.
He's not going to be a Jedi.
Movie.
No. The main focus of these three movies are going to be Rey.
Yes. And I felt that Finn was the worst character in the movie.
Nope, Rey was, hands down. She was a fucking useless character. It's like everybody did everything for her, but then she bested everybody too at the same time.
Sadly, my favorite character, the new ones, only got the least amount of airtime, and that was Poe.
Poe Dameron?
Yeah.
He was a good
Dude,
character.
it was funny. He's right there with Kylo, and he's like, so, how do we do this? Do I talk first? Do you talk first?
I didn't like that. I thought that was
I feel like it's a difference because I don't find Kylo Ren threatening, and his mask even less so, but someone like Vader walking in, as tall as he was, as imposing, I don't think he would have said the same.
Why aren't we allowed to have imposing villains anymore? Like, even in the Marvel movies, I hate to say it, but the villains aren't scary.
They're soft.
Thanos wasn't scary to you?
Thanos isn't... Well, was he... He wasn't the villain of Guardians of the Galaxy. He was in the movie. Ronan the Accuser was the villain.
Well, even in Avengers, at the end of the Avengers, Thanos stands up and once his nuts cowers down immediately.
But I'm just talking a villain that the characters actually interact with. None of the superheroes have actually seen
Thanos is going to be stupid imposing when he finally comes in as the big baddie. We're building up to Thanos. Everything we see for Thanos so far, he imposes his will and his power and everything over like Ronan and all the other people he's manipulating. He has an entire army that works for him because they're terrified of him.
Where do we go though after him?
I don't know where we go after him, and I'd love to see where Marvel tries to take it.
We've got so many things to do. I mean,
no, Dion, I understand so many things, but when you reach the top of the mountain, where can you go?
Actually, no, you can go higher, man. You can go to Galactus.
Thank you.
No, you can't go to Galactus. 20th Century Fox owns
I'm telling you, they lost rights.
They have not lost rights at all, man. It's because they made one bad Fantastic Four movie. They held on to the rights for another 7 years. That's a 20th Century Fox.
But Sony gave partial, whatever they called it,
rights to
Spider-Man. We talked about it before. The way that Fantastic Four bombed, there's no way that they're going to use Galactus with the track record that they have, and the only way that they're going to make money off those characters is to at least share the production rights, whatever they call them, with Marvel. So we may get. That's how we got Spider-Man. We may get a Galactus, even if we don't get Galactus. I mean, as far as movie-wise, they haven't even touched the Kree of the Skull. I mean, even with they've talked about.
They can't. Well, that's another 20th
but still, they could give that back. Even so, they don't want to do the Skull. The Kree isn't 20th Century Fox. You could do the Kree. You could even do fucking. You could
do Kree by having Ronan the Accuser.
You could have Secret Invasion. They don't have to be the Skrull. You could make up your own fucking race and do Secret Invasion. Hell, they talked about doing World War Hulk. That would be a fucking fantastic movie.
But I'm talking like in the scheme of the Avengers, what are they gonna do? They've already faced the biggest threat in the Marvel galaxy.
The way that they've done the universe, they could literally do anything in print movie. They could do anything in print money.
I'm excited. Look, I'm not.
Secret
I
War.
want to see more. Like the good one where they go to the alternate dimension and
Alternate
fight.
planet that's created by this being. He puts them together.
Battle World, right?
And all the villains and all the heroes, and they fight until Doom. Fuck it, he's a Marvel. He's a Fox. Oh man.
All right, gentlemen. I'm just gonna bring up this point real quick about real quick, gentlemen. Fox had not done anything with Marvel with mutants on TV for so long. While they held the cinematic rights, they had lost the television rights. Right. So now suddenly they have the television rights back, and they had to give up something for that. I'm thinking they gave up the Fantastic Four to get the mutants television rights back. Honestly, that's what I'm thinking.
If they used the Silver Surfer, it'd be cool. But you gotta understand that then we gotta wait like 6 more years to set up a Fantastic Four
Not
story.
Really. Tell me this wouldn't be awesome. I know this is fan theory from me, but tell me how awesome this would be. Everybody's getting their asses kicked by Thanos. Enter Fantastic Four.
I like it because they could have been stuck on it in another dimension for years. Have them be from the 60s or something to keep that old aesthetic. Boom, they just appear back in time. No one knows about them. No one remembered them. They're in the world. I like that idea.
Or fucking do what you did with Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. Just fucking, just don't call them that. You don't have to call them the Fantastic Four. Just call them, the Four, or what the fuck ever. You don't have to call them that. You could just
call them their names.
You could just have them 4 motherfuckers.
Reed Richards, Sue Storm.
Yeah, just call them that.
Ben Grimm and Johnny Storm.
Yeah, they're not. There's so much that Marvel could do, Jeff. I mean, and going back to your point of what's next, that's why to kind of answer your question from a few weeks ago, as far as will people get tired of superhero movies? There are so many things you can do, combinations you could just make the fuck up, and kind of reference the comic books that comic book fans and moviegoers are gonna buy.
Well, did you hear about DC kind of spoiled that Darkseid's now in Batman vs Superman?
Jesus fucking Christ.
That's my thought, Brian. What else can they throw in? They've already reached their...
Look, we're already
that's not content. That's the way that they've done it, and it's just shit.
I'm just saying, hold on, though. We've already seen where they're doing flashbacks to a death in the family with Batman losing Robin. They're trying to throw in all the Justice League members. They're trying to do the Dark Knight Returns with Batman versus Superman. Now they're throwing in Darkseid, and Lex Luthor's behind Doomsday. And what the fuck, guys? Seriously, what the fuck? Warner Brothers?
I can't wait till we go review this movie.
Yeah,
Seriously, I think we're gonna, and it's gonna make a lot of money. I honestly think we're gonna be one of the few people that are gonna shit all over it.
I think you're gonna like it, Dion.
You think so? Why?
I don't know.
We're gonna rip this movie, you asshole, dude.
No, it's gonna be the guy who brought us the losers.
Just because I like the Dark Knight Rises, doesn't mean I like fucking Batman.
I like the Dark Knight Rises too, man. I just think it's the worst of the trilogy.
Yeah, which isn't saying much. Yeah.
I mean, it's like I said last time. The quality goes from great to good in that trilogy. It's fine. This coming Batman film, though, is the first time that I'm not thinking to myself, "Oh man, Batman's on screen." Like, I'm not excited. What the fuck? It's this movie reeks of desperation again. Like Brian goes, "What the fuck? What else can they throw in there?" I don't know.
Mr. Blick.
Remember the laughing fish? Yeah, we could throw Mr. Blick in there.
Let's make it even better then.
Batmite? How about Batmite, guys?
Yeah, let's throw some Batmite, and then
I prefer Man-Bat, thank you.
No.
Hey,
plus then we gotta also throw it in at the end of the movie. The Suicide Squad jumps in too.
Oh, we can throw Mighty Mouse in there too.
They don't. DC doesn't know Mighty Mouse.
What about Poison Ivy?
Yeah, Poison Ivy comes in. Yeah, Captain Carrot and fucking
Toyman. Thank you, Toyman. Thank you.
Could it be the Toyman that wears the giant plastic head that doesn't show emotions from the Justice
League
cartoon?
That's exactly who I was thinking of
cool.
too, man.
Heath Ledger comes back from the dead and fucks Jared Leto.
All
I
the
will
Jared
watch that
Letos.
movie.
All 10 of them.
Well, I think we've exhausted. We went from action movies to fucking a heated Star Wars debate to comic book shit.
True bullshitter fashion, we go completely off topic.
You know what? That's the allure of our show. Ooh, we got a new comment on a video, guys.
Oh, tits.
Oh my God, I don't like it. It comes from straight white Christian
Uh-oh.
male. Couldn't have said it any better. Emotionally gutted. Man, I feel like an asshole for saying that now because I got straight white Christian male agreeing with me. Oh.
Touche.
Touche is right. Holy shit. Well, I think we pretty much hit the nail on the head. Now, guys, it is time for our newest segment of the show, the train wreck of the week.
Story time!
Oh my!
All right, so Phil, I wanted to change something up. I forgot to tell you this before we started, but we're still using your story, okay? I loved your story, but I found transcripts of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you, if you want, you don't have to do this part. You could read the actual beginning of this article, and then Dion and I are going to reenact the transcription of the article.
Okay, I'm okay with this.
All right, did you get the link?
I did get the link, but I'm just gonna it's a quick summary.
He's an ad-lib.
All right, you read it. You read from Rexburg authorities, and then Dion and I will read from where it says transcript of some of the phone calls. Okay.
Story.
It's gonna be
I'm not gonna
Story.
read that. I'm just gonna tell you what
Story.
happened.
Well, we gotta read it. Okay, fine. You tell us what happens, and then Brian, do you want to read it, or Dan, do you want to read it?
Fucking link me real quick.
All right. Go, Phil. Start telling us.
All right, two guys were crossing into Idaho named Leland and Holland, carrying 20 pounds of weed in a dog kennel. Once they got to Idaho, they thought that they were being followed by cops in unmarked cop cars. They were so high on the weed that paranoia caused them to call the cops on themselves. This was trending on Facebook this past weekend.
All right, Brian, do you have your article up in front of
I
you?
have it up.
All right, you read from where it says authorities all the way down to stop following them. And then Dion and I will be the dispatcher. Dion, you are Ayla Dolan.
All right.
Yeah.
Here we go, gentlemen.
Story.
Authorities have released a 911 phone call from a drug trafficking arrest that has people shaking their heads. The call released by the Luxembourg Police Department and obtained by whatevernews.com details of an incident
East Idaho News.com.
fuck East Idaho. Details an incident nearly a year ago on January 23rd, 2015, when two out-of-state drug traffickers got high and called the police to turn themselves in. Leland, Aliyah Dantella, whatever, 22, and Holland Stewart, 23, were traveling from Las Vegas.
His name is Sward.
Sward, what the fuck ever. These names are stupid. Nobody cares about their real names. They're Harry and fucking
I
Jack, for
care.
all we give a fuck. We're traveling from Las Vegas to Bozeman, Montana, with some 20 pounds of marijuana. Court documents show the men were using marijuana during their trip, and when they entered Idaho, they felt they were being followed by undercover police officers. Rexburg Police Captain Randy Lewis told EastIdahoNews.com that at the time they weren't being followed by anyone. Once they reached Luxembourg, the pair exited U.S. Highway 20, parked their car, and called 911. They just said they just wanted the police to stop following them.
And now a dramatic reenactment of the event.
Hi, we're the two dumbass that got caught trying to bring some stuff through your border, and all your cops are just trying to round us like a bunch of jackwagons, and I just like for you guys to end it. If you could help me out with that, we would like to get on with it.
You got caught doing what?
Okay. We kind of got spooked here trying to bring some stuff across your Idaho border.
Okay.
And yeah, a bunch of your cops driving around in a bunch of civilian cars not wanting to pick us up. I don't know what's the deal. I was just wondering if you could come help us out and just end it.
Okay.
Yeah, if you could just call one of them. I don't know. It's getting cold out here, man. I just want to get warm and get on with this whole thing. So.
Okay, where are you now?
We're at University Boulevard, right next to the gas station and Applebee's. All your buddies around us, so if you could just help us out, that'd be great.
Okay, all right. Is it just you, or is there anybody else?
It's me and my buddy that I brought with me, and we have a dog that we're gonna bring back to its owner. But
Oh,
She's a really
okay.
nice dog. She's not mean. She's a pit bull.
Oh,
She's
cool.
really cold in the car. She could use some food too.
Okay, what's your name, man?
It's Leland.
Leland. Okay, hold on just 1 second, okay? Stay on the phone.
All right, thank you. He's a nice guy. Just want me to jump in the air and click my heels twice or what?
Do you guys have any guns or weapons or anything on you at
No,
all?
we don't have any of that stuff with us. Just a bunch of snacks and stuff.
All right, I just want to make sure. They're just curious.
Yeah. We're just walking away from the car a couple times, and that didn't work. We've tried waving them down. That didn't work, so I don't know what's going on here.
Okay, I do have one of my marked units. He's on his way over there, so he's on his way to meet you.
All right, thank you.
When police officers arrived, they discovered both men with their hands behind their heads. What a bunch of dicks!
That's awesome. That's awesome.
They were surrendering, and they already had the kennel sitting on the ground, filled with marijuana, ready for them to collect the evidence.
And that has been this week's train wreck of the week. Oh my god! Did you guys hear about this story before this
I did
episode?
not.
I think I shared it
So-
with Jeff and Dan
It was.
At the
on
Royal Rumble?
Facebook.
Yeah. It was,
You might have. I see a lot of stuff on Facebook, and I forget about most of it.
so
That's probably the
So,
truest
yeah.
thing that anyone can ever say about Facebook.
Well, guys, it's time to do our little social media.
Sweet tits.
Wow. Wow, okay, way to crash on me, browser. I'm here checking out the hashtag WCBS. We got from Joe Alpert, Media Mavens, hashtag WCBS, band together. Trump drops one. He drops future coverage from you all.
Trump 2016.
From the Vinyl Cellar, just arrived, hashtag WCBS, history of R.
Our history is all on YouTube. You can watch it.
Woo!
Oh, thank
Boom.
you.
Oh, nice bug there, Kane.
And if you scroll down, you finally find us. Listening to our show could help you solve the mystery of Roanoke, Virginia. Hashtag WCBS. Hashtag Blizzard 2016. Hashtag Saturday Night Online. Hashtag S.
Gotta have hashtag ass.
I mean, that's our second hashtag. Hashtag.
Hashtag motherfucker.
Ass hashtag.
Ass hashtag. So, Dion, is Donald Trump done?
I don't think so. I think that he has done so much crazy shit that, you know, 'cause right now it's probably between him and Ted Cruz. Both are crazy people, but I think that, and the best, and this is for our listeners specifically, one of the best things I heard so far is that Donald Trump is essentially cutting a promo, and he's cutting a way better promo than any other candidate right now. He's learned from the best in terms of cutting promos, and he's relevant. So no matter what he says, no matter what he does, Ted Cruz he can't cut a better promo than the Trump. He just can't. He just can't.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
Dion, the listeners out there do not know that you also control the Twitter machines, and thanks to you, Will Sasso liked one of our tweets.
Fuck yeah.
No
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
No
I
shit
love
is
Will
correct.
Sasso.
Can we talk about how at Will Sasso is a better Hulk Hogan than the actual Hulk Hogan? Thank you, Will Sasso.
Will Sasso, you are one funny son of a bitch.
I've got a
Kenny Rogers Jack.
headline.
Hi, I'm
for you
Ken
guys real
Rogers.
quick.
Welcome to Jackass.
I've got a
What'd you
headline
say?
for you, gentlemen, real quick. I just found
Story time.
What's up?
Trump leaves Iowa rally early after crowd boos and throws tomatoes at him.
Aww.
Trump
Gonna
2016.
knock his hairpiece off.
It's gonna be great. Gonna be
It's
great.
gonna be great. Yeah, it's good.
Oh, no way. Another singer died of cancer.
Oh, who died?
Joe Cocker died at age 70 after cancer.
Joe
Well,
Cocker?
either that or after he was sucking a lot of dicks.
Yeah, Joe Cocker. Wait, what the fuck? Why did this guy post this? It happened in 2014. Yeah, thanks,
That-
Keith. Brian knows who
That damn
Keith is.
dial-up internet.
Seriously?
Keith has done this multiple times. He posted about Bob Denver dying. I said, "Hey, Grandma, did you hear Bob Denver died?" I clicked the article. He died in 2005.
Jesus.
Oh,
Jesus.
Keith is a little
dude.
behind the times, but he's a good guy.
Oh, that's funny.
He's very friendly, but stop posting old shit. Can you not read the date on an article?
Well, you want to have Keith on the show sometime, man?
No, I don't.
You can tell him what day to be there, and he'll show up 10 years later. So
It'll
we're
be
fine.
worse than me saying Happy Gilmore's the best comedy of the 21st century.
Oh, guys, he's talking about this new movie that just came out in theaters starring Chevy Chase. It's called Flesh. You gotta see it, apparently. It's funny.
How old is that post?
Well, the post he posted it 2 hours ago. Joe Cocker died 2 years ago.
Fletch came out forever ago.
Yeah, 1985. You see it in theaters?
Nope.
Not you.
It was the year
Wow.
before I was alive, man.
Actually, I can honestly say I don't think I've seen Fletch all the way through.
Well, you need to watch it because it leaves Netflix in 3 days. And we're going to do a Fletch episode on the show eventually.
3 days?
3 days. Trace Aura.
Honestly, what I have to watch tonight is the second half of the pilot for DC's Legends of Tomorrow.
Ew, that show looks so terrible.
It didn't start off too bad so far, but episode 2 is on tonight.
Is it great or?
It's not
On a scale of
super
1 to 10.
amazing, but it has a lot of potential, and I want to see where it's going to go in the first season.
It's going to hell.
Well, we're all going to hell, so what's your point, Dan?
Go to hell.
You know who else is going to hell?
Me?
Tabitha, Our Lady from the Tattoo. Oh yeah, Dan. By the way, I figured out what her head tattoo said.
Ah.
Hold on, let me read it to you. Oh, it said the 420 Emporium.
That bitch is dumb. All right, guys,
Yeah.
can I just ask this now? Can we please do an episode soon where we all pick our favorite GoFundMes and just make fun of them for the entire episode?
I'm okay with this.
I'm cool with that too. They have to be funny.
That's what she said.
Yeah. You can find a lot of those. The problem is, most of us are
Jeff?
just probably going to pick the same
Dion?
one.
Yeah.
I just found out there's something that exists that I would never thought would have existed. But Pop-Tarts Maple Bacon.
Oh, yeah. That's the limited time only. People have been posting about that on my fucking timeline all day.
I'll try it.
How old is the
I'll try
article?
Like, my buddy picked up a
4
box
hours.
this morning and fucking took a picture of it and posted it.
I kind of want to eat one. Hey Dan, you want
Are you
to
saying, Mark?
chip in on
Done.
the box?
Hey, Phil, you want one?
No.
I've drunk bacon soda. I've eaten bacon candy. I might as well have a bacon Pop-Tart.
Brian.
Why not?
So
And then
many
we'll have some
questions
real
with that
bacon
statement.
afterwards.
Brian.
Yes, Joel.
Was it Martin who posted that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at now, too.
Well, gentlemen, this has been episode 11, even though episode 10 has never been released. Well, no, I take that back. This is episode 12. Episode 11 is dead.
Dead.
World-class bullshitters. Oh, Beetlejuice. He's the ghost.
Oh, yes.
So what we need to do is go ahead and just add commentary as it's going on through episode 11, and then go ahead and put it out.
Wouldn't that be really confusing? Because commentary on top of commentary is just going to be like...
We'll put it on.
Mr. T's going to be like, cut your
That's
Put
gibberish.
it in
best
the
part
extra
of it.
section on the DVD.
Fair enough. Can you be dancing the whole time? Okay. It could just be a loop of you doing
Belly dance.
The Macarena.
like squat throw. Yeah, the Macarena with a bumblebee taped
Oh,
to your dick.
oh, by the way, we saw Dirty Grandpa. It was a pretty good movie.
It was a movie.
It looked so
It was
fucking stupid.
Dion, it was fucking stupid.
But it was funny.
It was funny, but fucking stupid.
I just like how like there's always going to be the two different dichotomies of Jeff telling me how a movie actually is, and then Phil like filling in his hopes for a movie. It was pretty good, and then it was fucking stupid.
I'll put it like this, Dion. It had every cliche of every modern comedy, and it even had the cliche of man and woman are going to get married, but guy finds old flame and decides to call off marriage just for a chance that this old girl of his, wasn't even an old girl of his, he knew her from a class. That'd be like if I was getting married to someone, and I said, you know what? Shira was the one for me, so I'm going to drop my marriage to marry Shira. Like, what the fuck? I knew her better than he knew her, but my point is, it was stupid, and there was way too much naked Zac Efron.
Way too much naked Zac Efron.
Yeah.
Any naked Zac Efron is too much naked Zac Efron. And this movie had a lot of it.
Robert De Niro with all of his dick jokes saved this movie.
But they could have kept his fake dick off camera.
Yeah.
Plus, I just
That
saw
was a
the
little
fucking
too much.
Aubrey chick, like she's not as bad as the what's the bitch's name from the New Girl? She's not as bad as her, but she's like the new hipster hero as far as I'm just gonna say all my jokes with a serious face and just stare at the camera because I'm.
Yeah, that's I think that's like what modern female comedy's trying to be, and it's not that.
Agreed.
I think Ghostbusters is going to be full of a lot of that shit. And have you guys seen that Amy Schumer commercial with Seth Rogen?
Yeah,
No.
that's that.
I don't think that's funny either. I'm just like,
I liked it, but it wasn't like it was like smirk funny. It wasn't actual laugh out loud funny.
I don't consider her that amazing. She's
Oh.
all right. I'm not.
See,
gonna
I
shit on her.
I think Amy Schumer's really funny, but she's trying to be this voice for the underappreciated majority, and it's like just be a comedian. Inside Amy Schumer's funny. Don't try to be more than if you want to put shit in there, that's fine. But remember, make me laugh. Don't fucking try to make me think, bitch.
I wouldn't mind being inside
Thank you.
Amy Schumer.
I would
turn
totally
that down.
would give it to her too.
So
What is appealing about her?
all right.
She's funny.
Her face looks like a.
Yeah, but she's funny. I dig the whole like big cheekbones thing. She has that like
Those aren't bones.
she has
bro.
that fucking like puppy dog face, and I
Does look saggy.
All
not
right.
saggy.
So anyway.
Especially she's thick, man. I love them thick girls, man.
Yeah, she is nice.
I'm fine with the thick body type, but her face looks.
All right, so
whatever.
let us just put this out there. Amy Schumer, if you're ever interested, all of us at World Class Bullshitters would like to fuck you except for Jeff
Wrong answer.
And
and
me.
Joel and Phil.
And
Well, okay.
Phil and
Yeah.
Dan, right? Dan?
Yeah.
Really? So just me and Dion want to fuck.
Yeah.
So Dion, dude, Amy Schumer, if you're ever interested, me and Dion would tag team you.
Plus, if you ever and if
No,
you have
Dion's
an issue,
a
if
married
you have
man.
and you have an issue with choosing between Brian and myself, remember, I'm black. I'm the only black guy on the show.
I love how you hold the mic up to your fucking
Like
shades
that's gonna
like you're
change
talking to
anything.
her.
Amy Schumer needs to hear that part of the goddamn podcast.
Because
Hey, if
black
you can get
dick
her to
is
talk
in.
about this show, what'd you say? What'd you say,
Because
Joel?
black
It.
dick is in.
It will be.
Well, Dustin can't stop
It
looking
will
at these
be.
cocks.
Thanks for taking over Dustin's role, Joel.
Wait a minute. No.
No.
I don't want to die in a meat grinder vagina.
Oh my God, that's a story for another episode. But
piss off my
this has
girlfriend.
been world class, or piss not a girlfriend. But guys, this has been World Class Bullshitters, where every Thursday we take a dump on the world of pop culture. You can follow us on Twitter at the World Class BS. Find us on Facebook, World Class Bullshitters, or contact us if you want to be on our show at worldclassbs@mail.com.
Mail.com.
YouTube, mail.com, the best mail
.com.
host of anywhere. The best mail.com.
What just happened?
We got derailed, just like Amy Schumer's Trainwreck movie.
Ooh.
So,
Or the Ghostbusters movie.
don't even get me started. Okay, get me started. Okay, I've been your host, Jeff Hicks.
And I am the man with the plan and the original tan. God damn, I look like a man, Dion Green.
God damn, I look like a man?
Yes.
I hope so.
Off the top of my head, god
Are you,
damn
are
it.
you sure?
Easy.
I survived another day.
And you barely said anything. Good for you.
It's what gets me by.
I'm the Dr. Phil. Don't forget to brush your ass.
And I guess that's the end of the show. Thanks for listening.